more American Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
What is going on, ADT family? Hold on one second. So I'm like taking up the entire screen. Okay, welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket live chat and watch party, guys. Love it. It looks like everybody's down chat. You know what I just realized? I never put the link in the Zoom call or Discord. But yeah, somebody take it up on me. I'm slacking. No, I got an awesome show planned for you guys today. I want to stay on this track of trading psychology. You know, that's what I thrive on. Anything that has to do with psychology, getting over your fears, getting over, greed, anything that has to do with mental, I'm there for it. So I got Mark McSee backstage ready to come on and help us knock this out of the park. And I just want to say thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you. Miranda, got you pinned up, girl. Got you pinned up. Who do we have here? I know we got Miranda. Thank you so much for always putting that link out there and getting it done. Paul at the beach, welcome, honey. Welcome. So it looked like we just got Paul and Miranda down there with like 20 minutes. Oh, Miguel Lara, what's going on? Paul and Miranda, Miguel, Mark McSee, who's in the backstage. All right, Gilly 85. And American Runs On, Diesel Dan, what's going on? Carolyn Chicken Wraps, what's going on? All right. I posted it in the membership last. Thank you, Paula. We both at the beach. All right, happy day. Wait a minute, Happy Pappy. What's up? What's up, Happy Pappy? How are you? All right, let's get to it. You guys are so amazing. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. I did some relaxing. I thought about what I wanted to talk about this week. And yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good week. I'm excited to talk about this trade I made today too. Oh my God. So let's get Mark in here. Hey, you.
Hey, me.
How are ya?
Good.
All right, cool. Mark is always no frills.
Fantastic. Could be happier to be here. Just my camera. I must have bumped it.
Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
What's going on?
Not much.
Welcome.
What's going on, Mark?
Going on.
Not much.
All right, so trading psychology, right? Well, first off, before we get into that, we need to make sure everybody knows that they need to click that like button. All right? We need to get that like button clicked, guys, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get close to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we are sitting at... Look, I'm just slacking today, man.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so we're at 90-21. 90-21.
All right.
So we're getting up there. Let's see. All right, so 90-21. And we got 10K, right? Doing the math, we're counting down 979 more to go, guys. We can do this. 979 more subscribers, and we'll have Coach at 10,000 subscribers. Don't forget to smash the like button, share this content so that we can get Coach to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We can get that done. All right, so Coach, in case those of you that don't know who Coach is, if we have any new people in here, we are part of American Dream Trading, okay? And this is a stream that's been created by us, by traders, for traders, to just kick back, relax, and talk about our day trading in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We also go over trading strategies by Coach Chad W. Christian, who owns American Dream Trading. He is our trainer and CEO of American Dream Trading, and he is a 30-year stock market vet. And he teaches us basically how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. So shout out to you, Coach. Thank you for letting us use your YouTube channel as a place where we can come and convene and focus on your strategies. One of the things that I love about the group is that we are a tight knit community. We have really become a family, and we're a community of people helping people. That's what Coach always says, and that's what we have truly become. Now, there's 3 links that's in the description of this video. Okay. One of them or 2 of them have already been posted in the live chat as we speak. So you don't have to necessarily go out and hunt for them. But that is number 1, click here to join the panel. If you want to tell us about your day, if you made some money, good, come on up. We want to hear about it. If you lost money, come on up. We want to hear about it. Maybe we can help you to not do that next time. Okay. So either way, and one of the first things we like to start off with is talking about Coach's rules. Okay. He just doesn't want to teach you how to make money. He wants to teach you how to hold on to that money and how to protect it. Okay. Because it's very easy to lose in the stock market once you've made it. So 95% of people who try to do this don't make it. But those of us in Coach's group are going to make it. He's made over 8 millionaires, guys. He's retired over 60 people. I think the man knows what he's talking about. What y'all think?
A little bit.
A little something.
Yeah, a little something.
I think he knows what he's talking about. So it's safe to say that if we follow his rules, we will be successful too. And speaking of which, we got a millionaire sitting right on the panel. Nate is a millionaire 3 times over off of what he has learned off of Coach. So you tell me, right? Nate is saying that he knows what he's doing, right?
Yes.
So I tell you, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to tell you. So let's go over some of Coach's rules. Okay, so before we get into the rules, one of the things you got to remember is not to use real money if you are trading for the first time or you are a brand new trader. Don't use real money. There are plenty of platforms that have simulated accounts where you can paper trade and like basically learn while you're trading, So use those accounts. Also, don't get emotional about your trades. Okay. Trading with a bunch of emotions is definitely not a good way to trade. It'll make you lose money quick. So rule number 1. All right. Rule number 1, don't lose more than 3% of your entire account. Mark corrected me on this one time because I said
on a daily basis in any one day.
Yep. Don't lose it. Okay. Because if you don't have money to trade, how are you going to trade?
And if you do lose it, you got to stop at that point.
There you go. Don't have more than 2 red trading days in a row. Don't be this guy. Because if you do, you're just going to go down a spiral and you're going to keep losing money. What you need to do is put yourself in a timeout and stop trading and start training. Okay? Stop trading, start trading, and focus on what you need to be doing and make sure that you're journaling. Rule number 3. If you are not a master scalper or a master trader, then you shouldn't be scalping. You should be using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, which is a strategy that teaches you almost a perfect entry. And it also teaches you how to hold on to winning trades. All right. Do you guys use the 2-minute EWO strategy?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure Mark uses it too. So, I mean,
Every trade. Sorry, I was muted. I'm eating. Yes, every trade.
all right. Rule number 4: don't do more than 1 to 5 trades a day. Why? Because if you trade more than 1 to 5 times a day, chances are you're going to end up at some point, because all trades are risky, losing money. And when you lose money, what's the first thing you want to do, Nate?
Jump out the window.
Well, aside from that,
I stop.
let's assume you decide to live, right? A lot
Yeah.
of us want a revenge trade, man. We want to get that money back.
Yeah.
And when you trade like that, you are trading against the market instead of in harmony with it. And the market will take your money every time. Rule number 6: every time, right?
Yes, sir.
Rule number 5: position size. All right. Don't go in heavy, especially if you're a new trader. All right. Smaller position sizes offer a greater reward with a lot less risk. All right. I sat in 2 trades today that I barely even took a look at. All I did was watch the trade. I didn't go look at my P&L because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be focused on the money. You're supposed to be focused on the process. So, small position size afforded me to do that. I put $37 in between 2 trades. All right. So, of course, if I had lost the entire thing, that's not going to, I'm not going to be out in front with a cup in my hand, living in a box over $37. I'm just not. So, I didn't have to worry about that. That allowed me to trade like basically stress-free. Rule number 7, last one. All trades are risky, so make sure you are using your stops. So, Mark, talk to me a little bit before we get into it. How much did you make any money today? You still eating?
Sorry, I'm muted. That's very rare that I'm muted, huh? Even though the moderators like muting me. No, I waited to the last half hour of the day, power hour, and it's the first time I've ever done that. Traded that late. I won't tell you that I fell asleep during the first 3 hours of the market in my recliner, waiting for 10 o'clock to get here. I tried to take a little power nap. So, that big old red, that old big red downturn that the whole stock market, the worst single day in
you slept
stock
through
market. I was like, dang it.
Mark, that meant you needed some rest, man.
Apparently. People keep getting me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so anyway, I said, well, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for a good trade. I was looking at stocks. So I was looking at individual ones too, and I was even looking at some of the stocks, looking at them, and like, guess what I traded?
What?
The Qs.
Go figure. Wow.
Did 4 contracts, ended up with 25% total gain on the money. So
I know that's right.
And about what? How long did it take? I don't know. Let's see. I got in at when did I get in at? Oh, right there. 15:33, and I was out at 15:40. So 8 minutes.
Wow. And you gained 25%?
No, I went back in on the second time. That was the other one. Yeah, and then I got out right at the end there when it reached its top. It went up like 165. I think I got out at 160 a little bit early.
Okay.
I got scared. I got scared when it topped out. I got scared. So when it topped out and paused for a second, I'm like, nah, I'm getting out. So I did. Which it went up a little bit on the next candle, then it went down, started its downward trend. So I did all right.
Well, good for you, Mark. Good for you, Mark. You guys hear this up here, right? Mark, what strategies did you use? Was it pretty much a scalp? Well, it had to be a scalp because you were only in at 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was I was waiting on EWO. However, it
was late, Mark.
Well, yeah, but the EWO started. First entry could have been at. Actually, I didn't get in that late. 15:28 would have been my first entry. but I decided to wait for it to go. I had some critical lines here drawn, so I decided, well, I ain't gonna jump in and have, because 10 to 15 minutes before that, it was going up and hitting at spots and dropping back
Right.
down. I'm like, well, I'll wait. So actually, I could have got in at the second bar. I didn't get in until the 4th bar.
Okay.
Even though it said to get in at the second, so I gave up a little bit of profit, but I wanted to be more sure at the end of the day. So I'm a little more conservative on it, a little bit. Gave up some profit, but I still made profits. So that's all that matters.
That's
I just
all
didn't want to. That, and I was watching Apple and Amazon and Microsoft, and Microsoft was just like skyrocketed first, and it just went through the. So anyway, yeah, it was a quick little 4 contract trades.
I know that's right. Good job, man. Good job.
Not
Nate,
a lot, not a ton of money, but
hey,
money.
Green is green. I didn't make a ton of money either, but I'm happy with the trades I made.
I am drinking
Nate, tell
coffee
us
out of my
about
American Dream Trading coffee cup.
you.
Available at the merchandise store online. There's only
Go
one
get
place.
your ADT coffee cup.
Look how heavy that is. Look at that.
I know.
And you can also get your ADT hats, like Dawn is fashionable wearing. And you can get your ADT mouse pad that takes up the whole desk. It's awesome.
Dang, Mark, you bought everything.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm all in. I bought all the trading and I bought all the merchandise. Oh, I didn't buy all the merchandise. I want a pullover that I didn't get, but maybe
I got the pullover.
that's the only thing I want to get that I don't have yet.
Wow. Talk to me,
Good.
Nate. How you do today?
I fell into the abyss today.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I came out of pre-market and I was down like $1,300 and got into the regular market, made it all back.
Nice.
And started chasing, which
Nate.
is the psychology of trading, and end up with a goose egg today.
So you didn't have a crustable then today, correct?
No, I did not have my crustable. At the time we said we was gonna do crustables, but I did. I did take it with me today, and I was forced to eat it.
Forced. Okay.
Somebody forced you to crustable, Nate.
Oh man, threatened you.
It was Dawn. It was going bad riding in my truck. I had to do something. I couldn't leave it in the truck. It would go bad.
Oh well, then
peanut butter jelly don't go bad. I eat it every day.
It was calling me, Mark. It was calling me. I had to do something.
Okay, we'll let you slide this.
Mark, you had to have something to make him feel better. Come on now, get a brother up.
Yeah,
you got to. That is his reward. He's one of those. That's his reward for having a successful trading day, and so.
But he's got so many successful trading.
We don't give participation trophies away around here. You either successful, you either have a successful trade or you don't. You either make money or you don't. There ain't no kind of made money. It's you made money or you didn't.
No, I didn't make none. I sure didn't make none today. Matter of fact, I went to the goose egg on that when I lost money. So
you
know what? Such as it is, I'll be back in there tomorrow. And,
such is life. C'est la vie. You know, and keep it moving, which is what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. You know,
hey, Robert George made $2,610 a day. He wrote in the chat. Good job.
Woo! Go, Robert George.
What you trade there, Mr. George?
I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's some Nate numbers right there, man.
DJ Vinny, 1900. DJ, why ain't you in here?
Way to go, DJ Vinny.
Cup and handle.
He was just in here last week.
Yeah, I mean, get in here today if you're available. 1900. All right. Good job, people.
$1,900.
I'm proud of you, ADT members. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
George made it on ticker stock.
Yep. Let's get into this mindset, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so mindset, guys, is key. All right. Just like Nate said, he lost a few dollars today. But we all know, we've heard Nate say before that he does not like losing. None of us do, right? So we got to make sure before we go into trades that we're not focusing on losing money, even though we know that's a possibility. We don't need to focus on, and especially if you just lost money, you need to learn how to put all of that aside and move forward, you know? So, one of the first things you should do is do not have a day without journaling. If you're not journaling, you're trading blind. Am I not right about that?
You're speaking the truth to me. I'm blind.
Okay. I'm definitely blind, legally blind, and everything in the middle. So
I'm not legally blind.
Without journaling, guys, you are trading blind. How are you expecting to improve your mental state if you're not journaling what you thought and felt when you messed up? Right?
That's right.
If you're not journaling the trades that you lost money in, how are you going to correct that if you don't have a record of it?
That's
So
right.
help yourself. You got to help yourself by journaling every day. Journal the good ones as well as the bad ones, because when you make it right, you got to remember what you did so that you can be consistent with that behavior and eliminate the other behavior. All right? It's just like Neo. Remember the scene in the Matrix where he's talking to the Oracle? Know thyself. You need to figure out what kind of trader you are. Are you a scalper? Are you a two-minute EWOer? What are you? Who are you? Okay.
Yep.
You got to figure out. Okay, cool. You got to figure out who you are. All right. Why? Because you have to learn your strengths and your weaknesses, guys. If you don't know, you need to figure out your personality traits. Like a lot of people that are in here are analytical, right? Mark, you hear him. Nate, you hear him, right? A lot of people are analytical. Mitch was analytical. David is analytical. Okay. Bruno's analytical. There are a lot of people that are analytical, and that plays as a strength to this trading thing. But what about your weaknesses? You got to figure out, are you an emotional type person? I'm a Cancer. Cancers are notoriously emotional. So that hurts me because I tend to get emotional about my trades. If you're a person who suffers from anxiety, if you're easily upset, that's a weakness that if you're going to trade successfully, you got to work on that. So work on journaling so you can get to know yourself and figure out what your strengths and your weaknesses are so you can enhance your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. All right? Block out the naysayers. You're going to have people that are going to tell you trading. Trading? What do you mean you're trading? You can't trade. You can't make any money with that. That's like gambling. Okay. Or
people go to college for that.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So it's BS, man. You got people that are always negative, always trying to bring you down. Always, they're going to hate on you, especially you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? If you're making a lot of money, they're coming at you because, oh, you think you're all of that. You're rich, you're making money, blah, blah, blah. Let me borrow $50. You know what I mean? Or you got
right.
Or you got the people that if you're losing, see, I told you that trading wasn't shit. What are you doing that for? Block them out. Block them out. If you're in this group, we are all like-minded individuals. If you have to sacrifice those relationships, that may be what you have to do. If you want to be successful at this thing, you can't afford to have people in here in your head telling you that it's not going to work out. You just can't afford to be around that. So block out the naysayers. All right? The market is always right. Where did I get that from?
Coach.
Yep, got it from Coach, got it from Mark Douglas, the disciplined trader. The market is always right. Don't think you're going to go in with your idea of, oh, Tesla, Elon Musk said something that pissed off some people, so Tesla's going to drop today. You don't know that. You know? Don't go in with a bias. The market will tell you what you need to know. Mark, I got to tell you something. Today I tried to do the 10 o'clock thing, and I didn't quite make it. I made it to 9:44. That was the best I could do. Right?
Did you make money? Did you make money?
I did.
There you go.
I didn't jump straight in was the point. You know what I mean? So I waited for the market to talk to me and tell me what it wanted me to know. That's what you guys got to do. You got to learn to have some patience. Okay? Got to learn to have some patience. You got to trade what the market gives you. It's
Hey,
that simple. It's going to talk to you. What you got to do is you got to plan your trade. You got to trade your plan. Mark does it every day. If you guys come in the pre-market, get your asses up in the morning. Come on in the pre-market because you got some nuggets in there. Okay. Nate is giving them out all morning long. Mark is giving them out all morning long. And one of the things that I love about Mark is when Mark has a plan in place, he says, okay, I got X amount of dollars I'm going to do on shares today. And then the rest is going to be during the market. Or I'm not doing shares today, Nate. I'm going to wait until the market. I don't want to wait 2 days just yet on this week. So I got my stuff planned out to go ahead and go with the market. He's got a plan, guys. He doesn't just go in, let's see. What am I going to trade today? What shiny penny am I going to chase? He doesn't do that.
Nope. I tell other people to do
I
it while I
can't see
sit there and
you
watch them
guys.
make money, though.
How do I see
Oh,
you
my God.
guys? Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Can you see me?
Not yet.
No,
yet.
not
She
yet.
got-
I got a
Huh?
thumbnail on the screen.
She's doing a teaching right now.
Oh.
She got a screen thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sang,
okay.
You getting ready to
sang
get kicked
loose.
off the
So-
panel, DJ Vinny.
What's that?
You getting ready to
He's
get kicked
good.
off the
What's
panel.
that?
You're getting ready to get kicked off the panel. I'm joking
Why?
with you, man. I'm joking
No.
with you.
Just sang loose.
I'm dying to guy and hold went.
Hang on, let her
Okay,
finish this.
all right. I'm
Okay,
gonna
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Teaching.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
finish the trade,
Do your
and
thing.
then we will let you talk.
Okay,
All
do
right,
your thing.
cool. All right, so plan your trade. That's where we left off, right? All right, so another thing we need to focus on is managing our risk. Okay, number one, determine where your risk management is, guys. Determine how much money you can lose today. Because you need to assume that a loss at some point is going to happen. Probabilities. Okay. You want winners, but you got to be prepared for the losers. So, what you need to do is make sure that you are setting a stop loss in there for the amount of money that you can stand to lose in that trade. That way, if it runs, great, you got a winner. But if it doesn't and it goes against you, you're only losing that amount that you were willing to lose. Okay? Don't let a green trade go red, man. I've done that several times and it's not fun. And I'm sure you guys have too. Don't let a green trade go red. Take your profits. All right? Take your profits. Another thing we got to do to help our minds stay right. Today, I'm going to tell you something. I did not look at my P&L at all during the trade. That's something I never do.
What's
Give
your
yourself a
P&L?
bell.
Yeah,
Profit and loss. Give yourself a
Oh,
bell.
okay.
that's it. You
Give
know?
yourself a bell for that. Ding, ding, ding. There you
Ding,
go.
I'm going to
ding.
give myself a bell. I focus on the process over the profit, guys, because the profit is not doing anything to help me in that trade right now. The only thing it's going to do is scare me out of the trade if I see where I'm negative. It's going to scare me out of the trade because I'm going to get greedy and try to take the money and run. No, so I did not look at the P&L at all. I focused on staring at Weeble and watching the candles. Mark Mancini came on there today and he was talking about how he wanted to hold on to the trade, but it just was taking too long, right? Okay, well, we all know Mark is an awesome trader, but even he can get caught up, as we all do, with not being able to hold on a trade sometimes, right? The market did not tell me to get out of that put, even though it did go up a few times. I focused on the process. What does coach say? Unless it's telling you did it shoot up over VWAP? No, it did not. Master the processes that are in place. It will help you not be emotional. It's just like brushing your teeth. Are you emotional when you brush your teeth in the morning, Nate?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just a
I
mechanical
brush them.
thing, right?
I brush them for her. I brush them before I take them out the glass.
But it's crazy. Oh my God. But it's a process, right? It's a process that you don't have to think about. Well, trading is the same way. How many videos have you guys watched down there in the chat about the EWO? You should know that shit like the back of your hand now. It's not mechanics. Okay? It's when you lose trades, it's not because you don't know what you're doing. It's because you're not focusing on the process. Because if you focus on the process, you would be making money all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Nate goes in the same way, does the same thing every day. And I don't care if he lost money today or not. More often than not, Nate is profitable because he focuses on that same L2 process every time.
Yep.
So there is no, oh, I'm emotional, or you know what I mean? You have to be prepared. All right. Preparation brings confidence. When you are prepared, you can go into a trade knowing it's planned. You know how much you're going to lose. You're prepared to lose that amount of money. And if you hold on to it, it becomes a winner, then you're golden.
Gerald, is that somebody shoveling snow?
No, sorry, that was me.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, because I'm like looking for the mute button. Hold on.
Sound like you're breaking ice out of a freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that right there. All right, so make sure you guys are prepared. Okay, I want your minds to be right. That's the only thing that if I had to say this group had an area of opportunity, it's our minds. I hear you guys talking in the Zoom call, and a lot of the mistakes that we're making, myself included, is our minds are not right. We are going into these trades. We're jumping in. We're not prepared. We're not using the EWO strategy properly. We're attempting to scalp, and we're losing our shirts because we are not freaking prepared. Got to stop doing that. Got to put a stop to it at some point. Okay, you want to be successful, then act like you know, right? Act like you know. So the bottom line is only trade with money you're willing to lose. Be ready for those losses to come. And if they do, so what? Keep moving. You need to journal and check. Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you a question, DJ Vinny. Do you remember?
Go ahead.
Do you remember any trades that you made 6 months ago?
Sure do. I got them all written.
Okay, but if
They're
you
all
weren't
written
looking at that, would you just know it by heart? You could pick any one trade out and know.
Winners. Always forget, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
You get where I'm going with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Guys, don't let anyone trade mess you up. You see what I'm saying? Don't let anyone trade, because you will eventually find that, hey, 6 months ago, I don't remember what the hell I ate for dinner. I don't remember what I traded. They don't matter. The only time a trade is important is when you're in the moment trading
when you're in it. That's right.
That's it. That's the only time a trade is significant. Okay? Other than that, journal it, put it away until you need to reference it again. You do not hang on to losers and let it mess your mind up for the next trade. You do not hang on to the winners and think, oh, I'm going to do this every time, because that's not going to happen. Okay? So let go. Once you make that trade, either it's successful or it's not, and let it go. Move on to the next one, because you got to be right in the mind to focus, and you can't be focusing on stuff that doesn't matter anymore. That trade is gone. You're in a new one now. Just like the EWO. You missed the EWO opportunity and you don't scalp, wait for the next entry. Period. Don't go jumping in early. If you're not a seasoned pro, you don't know what you're doing.
Let the trade finish out.
That's it. And do what Nate does. Let the trades come to you. Today, I love sitting in the cut and waiting for some. I'm listening. Oh, okay. Today's the day I'm going to try the Qs. Today's the day I'm going to try TQQQ and SQQQ. And yes, I did. I did a straddle with the two of them. I waited. I heard the Qs were going down. I went and looked at Apple. I looked at Tesla. I looked at Microsoft. They were going down. SPY was and being held up, right? But
Being
I said,
spy.
okay, now's the time. I hit the TQQQ button. All right. Got a what did I got? I got a call for $19. And you guys that were in here last week, you remember me asking Ralph, well, listen, and I even had the pictures up of them. I said, listen, if one is going that way and the other, why not play them at the same time? He said, yeah, you could do that. Well, I did do that today. It's a no-brainer. If that's the inverse and the other one is going the other way, then what the hell? Why wouldn't I play the other one at the same time, get paid both ways at the same time? And it worked. So get your minds right, guys. Get your minds right. Wait before you get into trades. Make sure you're planning your trades. Make sure you're working your plans. Make sure you're doing proper risk management, and wipe out the white noise. You don't need to hear a bunch of bullshit from a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. Wipe out the noise and trade. And that's all I got for you today with the trading psychology. Let's hear about that trade, DJ Vinny. What's up?
All right. From Friday, my hold over the weekend.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that something was going to happen. I just had a hunch. So Saturday, I think it was Saturday morning when I got up. Now, this is how global news affects everything.
Yeah.
The ceasefire was over and they started to bomb. And I was like, market's not going to like that. That's not going to pan out too well.
Yeah.
And much to my surprise this morning, 3 minutes in, I dumped my puts and rode them to 15. So the puts that I had, that 459 put was and
nice.
when I saw it going down, I was like, I'm in the money. But I managed to get out those with about a 20% loss. However, my puts, they did very well.
I know
because I had them going down, and yeah, that was a good day. So
good job.
Of course, I put my in at 3 this afternoon for tomorrow, because y'all know how I like to trade Robinhood. So we're up pretty good. So what I thought it was going to do during the power hour, we almost came all the way to SPY, but we still have that gap down from the 450. See what happens tomorrow. But
sounds good.
I just wanted to share that with you guys, like, that I did survive holding over the weekend. But I was, the way I had it set and my preparation that had, I prepared for either to go up or to come down. So I was, yeah.
Yeah. And
so
see, that's
today was a good day.
Right there. You said you were prepared. So you were prepared for something to happen either way. If you lost it, then, oh, well, you knew the risk, because as Coach says, we know Coach's strategy doesn't want us holding over the weekend or holding overnight, go 90 days out. But DJ Vinny, he was willing to take that risk because of something that he saw, an opportunity that he saw, and he took the risk, and hey, sometimes it pays off.
EWA or EWO for all those contracts that I did on Friday. When it would come down, I did my calls. When it would go up, I did my puts. So right between that last half an hour, I had it almost to the money. So
wait a minute, did you just say that you did calls on support and puts on resistance?
No, the other way.
Is that what you were just saying?
Well, the other way is what I meant when it's, you know what I mean? I was riding the wave, right? So when it was up, I did my puts. When it was down, I did my calls.
Yeah.
Is that
calls
right?
On support. Yeah. Calls on support. Calls on support when it's at the bottom.
Right.
Because it's going to go up from there. and puts her on the resistance level. Yeah. You got to learn that song, man. You got to learn that song.
Yeah.
Calls on support, puts on resistance.
Right.
I'm proud of you, man. Good job.
Well, I know by looking at the EWO, the wave. What I did is I use Yahoo Finance. It's been free since 2008. It's pretty accurate. So what I did today on my screen, instead of looking at the chart, I elevated the 2-minute thing so I could see where it was going and where it was taking me. Worked out beautifully.
Yep.
So that is my friend. And now when I look at my charts now, I always blow that up so that my chart is about this big and the EWO is this big, so I could see it. But yeah, I like that.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's there's a video. Coach has a video on that very thing.
He did the strategy.
Scratch them all out, just to show how the
EWO when he did the
works.
When the EWO strategy tips and strategies video, it was like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, oh, that's how he does it.
Right. I think we all had that aha moment, that epiphany that happens when you realize.
So that just goes to show you. It just goes to show new people and people that are thinking about it. You know, I've been doing it since 2008. Everybody can learn something new. You're never too old to learn something new, and that's in life and everything.
And how long ago did you learn how to use an EWO?
Saturday.
There you go. Boy, it didn't take long to figure that out, did it?
Well, no, I'm lying. That was probably like 3 or 4 days ago. But there was a repost. I don't know if it got reposted or something, but it came up on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, there it is." So I watched it like 6 times again. It's only like a minute. What is it? About a minute long. And I watched it over, and then I went back to my charts, and I was like, "Holy shit, man! This really works." So for everybody, the system works.
Absolutely. Good job. Good for you, honey. I'm glad you did that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how David found success. He went and back tested coach's theories over and over again. We heard the video all the time about his first 87 trades where he back tested them, and it definitely works. So yeah, we're not following him for no reason, you know. So I'm glad that worked out for you. Good job, baby. Bucket,
thank you.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, Bucket?
Thanks for coming on the board and telling us about it. How'd you do today, bro?
I didn't get to trade much today. I had to do a work day. So
that sucks.
All I did was a couple of the hot stock picks some point today. Did a little scalpy scalp. So I don't know, maybe up $50, nothing. But I really couldn't spend much time trading. So I was in listening the whole time and asking questions. I did get in my my cash secured puts for the day. Probably should have cashed out of the Tesla ones, but I wrote them. So I'll continue to ride them this week. They were up about, what were they up? 52%. So $800 at some point. But
look at you showing off.
No, don't. I think they're down to like maybe 150 now because Tesla crashed at the end of the day. That's what I said. I should have got rid of them up there, and I could have bought them back again.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time and work and stuff.
Yeah, because you weren't watching them like that. So
no, was not. That's why the cash secured puts are very comfortable because you're not meant to scalp them or 2-minute EWO them, right? I mean, you're meant to put them in and let them ride. But I could have gotten out of them and probably doubled that money. But hey, it is what it is.
It is.
Oh, and I got what I promised you. Are you ready?
What? Give it to me.
What's that?
I spent the whole weekend, and at my age, you'll understand why it takes the whole weekend. I can't feel my legs or my back. So here you go. I promised you I'd show you the house when it's done. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sharing it with you.
All right.
I guess I'm sharing it with everybody. Okay. So there's the house.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get it.
Nice.
Looks nice.
So
That's
let
nice.
let me go in.
Put it on the big screen. Here you go.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Okay. So the lights are done there, all out front,
Wow.
in front of the thing, and then so that's the front
It's
of the
Bucket's
house.
house.
Oh, is that his
That
house?
is
His new house?
amazing.
No, it's Bucket's house.
And then
Nope.
here's the front entrance. So going into the
Look at
house,
that.
and
Look at that.
then here's inside.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, Bucket.
And then this is what it looks like.
Wait a minute. Is that Scarface's house?
Yeah. Yeah, right up there is where he's like. That's where I shot it. So
Oh, you filled in the pool?
huh?
In the
No,
pool.
pool's in the back. Yeah, that's in the back. So
That is
Now,
beautiful.
that's your house, Bucket?
yeah.
Nice.
My brother
That's beautiful,
lives
man.
down there in Dallas or Fort Worth area, and people actually pay him to go do their houses like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can do
Got
it
a little
much better
side
than
business.
you can do it much better than I did. It's
Yeah,
just-
wifey loves the stairs.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that staircase is
My wife was
amazing.
looking at it with me. She loves the staircase. Beautiful.
Yeah, the only reason we have not transitioned that to wood is because we had an older puppy dog and he was not good on wood. So the stairs
Right.
gave him the ability to grip. But now that he's passed, we'll probably do that in the next year or so. But yeah, so I promised you, number one, I promised you I'd do it. And then I promised you I'd show it. So
Good job.
Awesome.
Looks beautiful.
yeah, but now I can't feel my legs. My back hurts. I'm done.
See, you got to get that fruit. You got to get that fruit in your system, man.
Yeah, that's it. I've been fruiting up. I've been doing the fruit and veggies. So, yeah, no. Today,
Eat them
anyway,
bananas.
so that's off the list. Got that done. Today was interesting. It dived in the morning, grew in the middle, and then died in the end. Okay. I really wish I could have been there because we could have had some opportunities for sure, right?
Yeah, definitely. Did you hear what I did with the TQQ and SQQ?
I actually heard that live when you did that around lunchtime when I was asking about cash secure puts. I think that's awesome. But you never told us the result.
Honestly, it ended up I was about 52% on I think TQQQ and 50% on SQQQ. Or it might be the other way around.
So you cashed both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Play both sides of the fence.
Because someone was saying, "Oh, you're doing a straddle." You
I
gave
did
them
a
both
straddle
sides
with
of
the
that.
stocks. Yeah. I figured the Qs and obviously it's only going to work properly if they're moving cooperatively in one direction. So I saw that the Qs were dropping. I went with the cheaper version of it because I don't play the Qs. And I heard of Microsoft and everything was dropping. So I went with the TQQQ. And then within a minute, I went on ahead and said, I'm going to do SQQQQ. And I did the call on that because the Qs were going down. So mentally, I knew to do a call on the SQQQ because obviously it's the inverse.
Right.
And they both ran together. I'm like, why not get paid both ways?
That's really awesome.
Dude, 50% bucket? That's scary. If I had 100 contracts, come on now, do the math.
Yeah.
You know, if I'd had 10 contracts, that would have been a couple $100 a piece. Instead of 20, I'd have made 200. So I know it's not always going to work out like that, but yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that little play. I like that. That worked out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that. I'm like, oh, everybody's been telling me about that forever. Well, TQQQs, but it hasn't been really put to me like that. Do it at the same, because to me, it's a no-brainer. If one's going one way, why wouldn't you play the other one? So we'll see. We'll see.
That's awesome.
I watch the trades and I watch what the market gives me, you know?
That's good. Yeah, I wish I had time today. I'm going to do some tomorrow, maybe half day. Nice cup. Yeah. Nice cup. That's cool. And I see we got cup and handle.
What's it say on the back?
So that's cool. He hasn't used that word yet. Come on, cup.
If there were only one place.
If there were only one place.
It's a reverse. There was a reverse. today. It was upside down. Did you see it?
Yeah, inverse. Yep.
Did you see it, Buck?
I am going to file a lawsuit against Coach and his company, though.
The first thing I thought about CH Vinny
he
was you.
doesn't have left-handed cups.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, bud.
As soon as Bruno called out, hey, this is a reverse cup, the only thing I could think of is, where the hell's Vinny? You know, Friday it was, hey, that's not another cup. That's a mini cup.
Right.
That's a micro cup.
Micro cup.
God, there's too many cups.
There was also a regular cup at about 11, and that's when the SPY started to go back.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know, I got out of that trade. I got out of those two trades at 10:37. I got in them at 9:44 and got out of them at 10:37. And I think that's when I noticed that, okay, wait a minute. Because they were up a little bit more than what I cashed out. But it started getting consistent, Bucket. You know, it started getting consistent. So I'm like, okay, this thing's moving back up. So I stayed in it almost an hour. So, yeah. But yeah, they went up and I said, okay, I'm getting the hell out of that. And I never looked back at it. And I didn't want to have FOMO and all of that. Oh, by the way, I have a new acronym.
Right at the bottom of the cup is when I sold my put.
Really?
You know what the problem with this panel is right now?
What?
What's that?
Excluding the host.
What's that?
Too many old people on here. We need some young people. Some people up there without gray in their hair. Come on, people.
Well, gee, thanks for not.
Hey, I'm trying to get my son into the play.
All right, who's in there? Needs to get up here. Come on. Got a lot of keyboard warriors, but let's get them up here to talk. We got regulars that are in here every day. We got a lot of people that's in here every single day.
Yeah. Hey, listen, look. I came up with another acronym for FOMO.
What's that?
Free our mental obstacles.
Okay.
You like that?
Going there. I like
That's kind of long.
Let's switch it up. Man. Free our mental obstacles, dude. I'm tired of FOMO being a bad thing.
Yeah, I need a lot of that then.
Right.
I need a lot of FOMO if that's the case. Then you just did the inverse. See, this is Dawn. This is Dawn's inverse day, right? Fear of missing out is bad.
Right.
Free our mental obstacles is good. See, she's all about inverse today.
That's it.
She's got TQQ and SQQ on the brain.
On the brain, baby. Just stay,
now,
okay?
If y'all are looking at SPY, good about 1:30 to 2 o'clock, you'll see two more. They were almost cups.
1:30 to 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 1:30 to 2 o'clock on SPY. 2:10-ish.
You need more.
You see
need more coffee in your diet, man. You see cups in your sleep.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It was an American Dream trading mug that I saw, but it got like warped, defected, and then it went up again.
American Dream trading cups don't get warped and they're not defective. They're nice, high quality, heavy mugs. Look at the thickness of that thing, all the way around.
I love it.
Top quality. Coach only
high quality.
Top quality products. It's heavy.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Stanley's in the house.
What's up?
Stanley.
What's up, Stanley? How you doing,
How is
bud?
everybody? I've been in the chat. Buck was saying something about young people.
Yeah. We need some young people and old people.
I'm 38, so I don't know if I qualify for young.
In this group, in this panel,
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the baby of the group.
Age is just a number. It doesn't matter.
I got kids older than you.
Right. How'd you do today, man?
Pretty good. I tried not to overtrade, so I just ended up getting back in Mara down at 14 and ended up selling 15 calls for this week. So,
wow.
I know Coach likes to do it, months and months out, but as an income strategy, I need to do it weekly. So that's just a personal choice, and
right on.
I might leave it here on the table here and there, but over time, I think I make more money premium wise on getting in low on, because if it moves $1 a day, I can make money by selling the calls and then trading the shares in itself. So
What
Scalping
do you
it.
do, Stanley?
To each his own. What's that?
What do you do?
I buy and sell Mara, MARA, the crypto
Yeah.
stock.
Okay, so you
Sell and
own
cover
Mara,
calls.
and then you sell calls against it weekly
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
daily.
today I bought it at 14 and sold 15 calls. I think I got it wrote down somewhere. Yeah, I think my 15 calls were like I sold at 80 cents. I had 10,000 shares, so if they go at 15, I'm happy with making about 99,000 on the shares and then another 8,000 on the premium. So I just let it ride, and I can trade, about
Nice.
40% of my portfolio on other stuff. So
So then what
Good.
happens if it goes down, though?
if it goes down from 14,
Yeah.
I just own the stock. Then
I'm
next
sorry?
week I'll just own the stock. I
Okay.
still have the stock.
And
I
you
just keep all the
and you-
premium.
And you've lowered your cost basis because you got the premiums.
Yeah, and that's another way. I don't really look at it that way because and I was trying to talk about this last week it was through chat. And if I own it, say at 14, and if I keep and the stock price keeps going down and down and down and down, I keep averaging say through my premium. I don't want to take that as my share price is now. Say I made a $2 on premium over the past 3 weeks. Then now my price is now 12. If I sell it at 12, I just wasted 12 or 2 weeks of 3 weeks of premium and money. So I'm breaking even. I'm not in this to break even in 3 weeks. I need to be making money. So I'll just keep selling premium over and over and over and over until I reach my initial entry.
Okay.
So I'm not going to sell it lower than 14.
Go ahead.
Have you
So
ever had
good.
to buy it back in that strategy?
Do what now?
Have you ever had to buy it back?
Well, I mean, at the end of the week, it all kind of determines where the stock price is. Say if it Thursday, if it's at $15 or if it's at $14.75, I might buy them back for 10 to 15 cents or whatever, and I'm
Okay.
still making 70 cents on the share, and I'll sell next week's at 50 cents higher than 15.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I usually don't carry it on into expiration just because crazy things happen. Because it could be over the weekend, Bitcoin takes a huge dump, or it could go on a huge run, and you're likely to get exercised if it's not in your favor. Because I've seen it, I've actually had it happen to me where I've had a strike price not be in the money on Friday, and then Monday rolls around and it takes a serious move, and it executes, and I'm out of the position. And
Right.
that's Weeble for you. So
Yeah.
I don't like to carry those into expiration through till Monday because technically the owner of the contracts have till Monday to make a decision. And in my experiences, I think Weeble, they will always exercise if it's in the money, but they will do it if it's close and it moves and you're not in your favor as
So
well.
like today, you said you bought at 14, right?
Yep.
And right now it's 15.30.
Yeah. I was actually trying to scalp it just a little bit ago. I'm watching it right now. I was trying to get it around 15.05 and sell it at 15.30, but I missed it.
Gotcha. Cool.
I would go look at it again because the L2 shows there's buyers at that range.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Go get your money,
like
man.
Like Don likes to say, we're all using coach's rules and applying it to our own unique strategy. I like to learn about what everybody else is doing. Not saying anybody should follow Stanley because Stanley's practiced his own technique for years. It's just it's very interesting to see what you're doing because you're kind of doing the reverse of me on a cash secured put. I get my premium. I either get my stock at the price I want, or I get it's just the exact opposite.
Yeah. The only thing with the cash secured puts is you have to have the equity to buy the shares, and as an income strategy, I need a lot of it to actually make, the kind of money I'm trying to make on a weekly basis and not tie up my whole portfolio.
Gotcha.
So, but Mara's like, to me, it's a super easy stock to, sorry, the dogs are fighting. It's a super easy ticker. If you can watch Bitcoin and kind of all the correlating tickers that go with it and kind of plan on that, it moves really good and you can make decent money by protecting yourself too. So
Gotcha.
But yeah, the puts, I do that when it's a lower stock, but I try to find good entries to just purchase the shares and then sell the calls, because it's almost like double dipping when you can sell it calls at a higher rate than what you purchase it at and get premium and then sell it.
Yeah, you get double that gain, right?
Right.
It's like double dipping. So that's the way I look at it.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Mar's been kind of my what Nate would say, my huckleberry.
So young people can make money in the market.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to pay your dues, though. I mean, it's like tuition. You gotta pay in to get your way. So you make mistakes. As long as you learn from them, you can be successful.
Okay. Right. Hold on real quick, Stanley. Ralph, the link is in the bottom of the YouTube channel. So he's trying to figure out how he gets into the panel. Like this.
Yeah, you got to click that box and it'll expand.
Like this is his first time ever coming into the panel.
Yeah, I don't know. What's going on? Ralph, you drinking or what? What's happening?
Ooh. Cheers.
Not that you don't do it every day, Ralph.
Celebratory every night.
All right. Who's the other young person? Because we're getting another old person up here. Let's go. Get another young one in.
Yeah.
Got to offset us.
Well, in comparison to us, though, he is kind of still a young buck, though.
Yeah, exactly. Stanley, I can see in the background, he's getting ready for Monday Night Football.
Oh, that's actually last night's game. I don't know why it's on. I just had to take it off the news because I was done for the day. I didn't want any temptations to get back in the market.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that game last night was interesting. So that's for sure. Okay. So what else was going on today? I was out of it most of the day. I was just listening to y'all oh, look at that. Apple rode VWAP for like 3/4 of the day. Awesome. Well, glad I didn't waste my time on that one.
Yeah, lady.
Uber. Whoa, what happened? Wow. Mara.
Uber's going to the S&P 500.
Have y'all seen that show on Netflix with Uber? Now it started and all that stuff. I think it's what's it? Get hyped or get something. It's pretty interesting. It's not kid friendly, but it's interesting.
Wow. What's it called? Get
hyped or get I have to look it up.
Did you watch Soylent Green yet?
No, she didn't.
No, because I feel like you guys are trying to dupe me into watching something that's killing animals or something.
No.
Killing animals or something.
You guys are like so on me watching that. I'm like, wait a minute, what gives?
Well,
now it's made me
nothing.
suspicious.
It's a typical 70s movie, but it's a classic one with Charlton Heston.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing bad about it. You'll figure it out as the movie goes along. It's not a horror movie or something's going to jump out and get you. It's just the classic, stereotypical 70s movie.
Yeah, Don, it's called
Super
classic.
Yeah, because I know you, Mark.
Hey, there's Ralph.
All you can do is watch it. Let us know.
That's true. I will watch it.
What's good?
What's going on, buddy?
With you, Ralph?
How y'all doing?
Doing
Did you
well.
sleep today, Ralph? Did you get enough sleep today, Ralph? Never saw you all day.
Oh, well, no. I fell asleep during the day earlier, but no, I ain't really been
I can't
sleep.
believe you do that. How could you do that?
What?
How could you sleep when there's money to be made?
I wasn't sleeping when money was to be made. I slept during the regular day in the market.
I was till noon.
I'm about to say,
Both of you guys slept the day away. What the hell's going on?
God.
I
was there at 4 a.m.
I ain't sleep the day away. You know, I've been up since I don't know, midnight, 2, you know.
I was going to take a power nap from 9 to 9:25, and it worked because I didn't wake up until 11:45.
I may have slept from like 11 o'clock to like 3, 2 or 3, something like Michael by then anyway. So
Right.
I didn't miss anything. I got up and I fixed some breakfast for my pops, and then after I ate some, I fell asleep because I had been up since like midnight.
That's
I
cool.
was.
That's
It was.
awesome.
They had a lot going on last night trading wise, so that's why I was just up the whole night. I basically just didn't go to sleep pretty much.
Wow.
It was a lot
Exciting,
moving. Like it was.
exciting
It
Forex night.
was. Yeah, it was a lot going on. Right. So yeah,
Is
Well,
that
what
hey,
y'all
Uber
been
movie
doing?
called Super
Hey,
Pumped?
Yeah, super pumped. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Right.
is that
Shout
on Netflix?
out.
it
Shout
is.
out.
Mhm.
You know.
I watched it a
So,
couple weeks ago, and like I said, it's not kid friendly. And if you're afraid of certain scenes, then probably not the movie for you. A lot of partying, if that's a hint.
Oh,
speaking of
it's a
that,
mini
hey,
series. It's a
Yeah,
mini
I
series.
think there's maybe 5 episodes, probably about an hour long.
Okay.
Seven.
speaking
When
of
does
speaking of Uber, how they do? How they do? I know Bucket traded it.
I
Go
don't
ahead. I
have
was
Uber.
talking. I know
We talked about
Bucket
it.
traded because no, the reason. Yeah.
oh, we holds.
All right.
My weekend holds.
Yeah. We talked about 19
It
different
paid off.
handles.
Yeah.
What is
I
anybody
just
holding?
realized I have 3 open contracts on Apple. I forgot I even did that at lunchtime. Oh my gosh.
Expiring Friday?
Huh? Yeah.
What are they paying?
Expiring this Friday?
Yeah, they're up.
Well, I would hope
It
with their
was
calls.
I
Holy
bought
cow.
them. Hold on. Yeah, I bought them within 5 minutes left or right of the bottom of the market for Apple.
Holy
I totally
cow.
forgot about that.
Guess you'll be
Oh
going
my
on to
God.
Would you have
Hawaii.
calls?
You'll be going to Hawaii.
Yeah, I bought calls on that 187 187.50 resistance line,
Mhm.
Oh, then you're
and it's up
in
to
the money.
50 tonight.
One-
So, but I can't do anything with them.
Your ass better be up at in the morning with your finger on the button.
You better be up
Right.
at the crack of dawn.
So what happened?
Sorry, private.
What happens if you miss? What happens?
If I'm-
Well, he's got till
He sells
Friday.
it. Yeah, well, you could sell it right at 9:30 sharp. As long as you
Yeah.
put your
Yeah, I
finger on
could.
it.
Oh,
but
when they expire.
It's not gonna.
Friday.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you good.
Yeah,
You're
you're
so
good.
far in the money now.
The reason why he
Yeah.
is because it ain't really good to hold it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
coach
So
doesn't
I
like
was
us holding them, but I forgot that. I think it was it you?
when
It
you
was
wake
you,
up in the
John, that
morning
said,
and see
hey,
how much
I
you
think
lost,
you even
you ain't gonna
reminded
like
me today. Oh, you're on that. I don't even remember now.
it ain't
So
I
them
don't even
whatever you
remember.
Christmas lights you put up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
well,
was.
Yeah, and at my age,
So them
too.
Christmas lights.
We started Friday night. It was 5 hours Friday, 12 on Saturday, 9 yesterday.
Bucket, just
Wow.
come clean and just let us know who you hired to do the work. That's what I want to know.
Ralph,
I might want to get
I
our
will
house
tell you.
decorated.
1-800, you're looking at him.
We know you didn't do that, Bucket. Bucket, that was a professional job. You didn't do it. You
I
hired
did
somebody.
that. I've been doing. It's a northern thing, bro.
You did
Did
the
a good
same
job.
thing I do whenever I try to trick somebody into thinking I know how to cook. Order it, put it on the plate.
Right. We did that once. Oh my God, when we got married, listen, remember the Stouffer's lasagnas in the pan and the frozen I
Hey,
tell
I
you
love
what,
those.
when we got married, my mom came over to the house to hang out for a little bit, and we straight up put one of those in the oven and then put it in one of those Pyrex pans. And hey, she was waiting over that lasagna for like weeks. Finally, I can't say. I'm like, Ma, that was Stouffer's.
That Stouffer's go hard though, don't it? You really can fool somebody with the Stouffer's, like real talk.
Yeah, it
I'm
seems
telling
like
you, if you go to Costco and buy their pre-mades or Sam's Club, I mean, some of those things are just to die for.
Yeah, they do have good ones too. They do.
I don't know if y'all have Food Line. Y'all got Food Line around
Yes,
you?
we do.
I know what it is, but we don't have it.
It's called Ravanna. Ravanna, I think is the name of it. But they make pastas in a bag. Where they make a meat lasagna. Now I'm Italian, but they make a lasagna that is out of this world. No, it's really good. Ravanna, Ravan.
Well,
It's
I'll
good
let
stuff.
everybody else get with that one, unless I can put Beyond Meat in it. It's already got meat in it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out! I heard they got a wonderful day today. Stock ticker
Yeah,
Beyond.
they
What
Yeah,
go
is
up
let
and
me
it?
look.
down.
Someone
They
What
go
is
shouted
up
it?
that
and
out.
down.
B.
Ralph, it worked. The straddle worked. The TQQ and SQQ worked.
Oh yeah, I heard today. Hey,
Yeah,
it's the
man.
same concept, you know. Basically,
It is.
instead
It
of just
worked
doing
out.
it on one ticker, you doing it. It's the same movements. Not for nothing, you know. Even if you don't do options, you know, like you're a new trader, you want to practice along with the coaching. Whenever teaching and talking about strategy, you can just grab a couple shares just to see if it, to get the
Yeah,
idea of it, right? Or if you
that's
don't
what
do
I did
that,
today. I did one of each, and we don't do the one option, but I just did
hmm
one of each. So
right?
just to see, 17 on one and like 19 on the other one. So it was like 37 bucks between the two of them. So I'm like, okay.
hmm
And that was the amount that I was willing to lose, but I did put a stop in. But I ended
Yeah,
up taking it off because when it started going up, I just took it off. That way I could just go ahead and stop it at selling. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
right.
So that
What
was
the
I
hell is
told you I
that?
was
Hold
gonna
on.
try that. So yeah, that
So
worked
what
out.
symbols were those, Dawn?
TQQQ and SQQQ. TQQQ goes with Qs. The TQs go uh, simultaneously with the Qs direction, and the
Okay.
SQs are the inverts.
So you bought puts on one and calls on the other?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
I brought a call on. I brought a put on TQ because it was going down. Qs were going down, and I brought a call on SQ.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a straddle. That's like doubling down that it's going down, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited
I
to
mean, I
kind of
see what
play
you're
with
doing.
that.
I'm looking at both of the charts now. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to play with that some more. So
So which one follows TQQ?
TQ, yeah,
What's
follows.
its movement in a day, Dawn? Is it like Apple or is
I
it
don't know, Bucket, because this is the first time I've actually messed with them. So, and it was only because I've been curious to see if that would work out. So I am now going to start really watching them and try to study their
oh,
behavior a little bit.
and this is the Qs, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mark's stuff.
yeah.
So
So
Hey,
okay,
Mark,
so if I didn't want to do options on QQQ, I could just buy the shares of TQQQ.
yeah,
yep.
You can
And
do
then they
options on
got,
those too.
I'm sorry.
yeah, they
You
got them
can
for
do
both
options on
tickers.
those as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
they
at
got
that.
options too. But the options sometimes, like, just check the open interest on them, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, they be kind
Always
of
check
like less
liquidity.
volume. You know what I mean? So, but not all of them. Some of them fine, but they do have options available. Just don't want you to get in
Okay.
one that you might have trouble with.
Yeah,
So
TQQ seems to have plenty of liquidity in it, especially around the money.
Hmm
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's why I was looking at it. That if I wanted to, do they do the same thing for SPY? Is there a T SPY and a Q SPY?
There
Yeah,
is.
well, SPXU and SPXL most heavily. All right, so most stocks that trade on strong volume got some type of, not just stocks. Most things that trade on strong volume got some type of ETF attached to them, right? So,
Yeah,
say like if it's something that you hear somebody trading, you can pretty much touch that through the stock market because of the ETFs. Right? So anything that you may hear of, like that could be in another market, or it could be something that's just extremely high that you want to trade, but you can't get to it because maybe you can't afford it, or you might not want to go as big. They pretty much have an ETF inverse and the bull version of it. Some of them have leverage. Just make sure you check all that before you go in,
What is it?
right?
What does the 3x mean? Does that mean if it's moving positive, it moves 3 times as positive in the ATF?
That's it. You got it. Yep.
yep,
So basically, if you were to put $100 in one, and you put $100 in the regular one, then that one will move 3 times. So it's a leveraged ETF, right? So it's pretty much like It's the same concept as buying an option, but the option just have way more leverage. Right?
Okay. Interesting.
So when it says 3 times, that means I'll make what, 300 as opposed to 100? Is that how that works, or?
Well, anytime it move, three, yeah. So basically, if it move, it's percentage based, I believe. You have to look it up. I'm not sure because me and Mr. Mark was talking about it before. I think I think we was talking about it Saturday, but I'm pretty sure whatever it moves, like a percentage. So if it moves 1%, then it's out 3%. But don't quote me or don't hold me to it. I don't really know.
Dawn, you've been
Gotta
looking
get
at
this.
Nvidia on the daily.
I haven't looked at it. Is it still going down? Uh-oh. Hold
I'm
on. Don't
so
say it. Don't
glad.
say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I am so glad I am out of that cash secured put, although it paid. But when you look at the dailies, what you said a week ago is prophetic.
Did it go down more, Bucket?
Yeah, it's in the low 450s.
Holy shit. Look at that.
So
Uh-huh.
from its high of 500
Wow.
15 days ago,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
lost
saying, hey,
$50.
It is
hey,
really following suit, isn't it?
Dawn, she's a genius and everything, but it don't take a genius to figure out support and resistance, do
Stop it.
it? I'm just saying.
Stop it.
The
We
the
got one
charts don't
genius in
lie.
this group, and that's the one that owns it.
I'm just saying, hey, all Dawn, listen, support and resistance
Man, that
matters.
thing is really going down. I mean, it looks like it's trying to get to that triple bottom, man. It really
Yeah.
does.
It's
Well,
coming to
I
take it
made a
out.
statement to you on Friday that today, or maybe it was Vinny, Cup and Handle Vinny, on Friday, that the doji on Friday, which is what it was on the daily, today would start being an indicator. Well, it sure was. I mean, from the doji on Friday at
What ticket?
56, it dropped another $10 today.
NVIDIA.
What ticket symbol?
NVIDIA.
What's it?
NVDA.
November, Victor,
NVIDIA?
Delta, Alpha. Yeah.
Oh, NVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking at Stanley's Mara. That's not Marathon Oil. That's
Marathon Digital.
Stanley, you been on that Mara. That Mara go hard, don't it, Stanley?
Yeah,
Man, I tell
Mara's
you,
up a whole %,
you look at that daily on it.
8%.
well, it opened
I
up
didn't
$2
trade
from where
today.
it closed Friday.
Why?
It was up too high. Well,
Well,
I didn't get picked up.
Pretty much trades
Oh.
on Bitcoin.
Yeah, they're Bitcoin miners, right? So
The Bitcoin's up like $1,500 over the weekend. So
Yeah, so one hand
critical
watching the
level
other.
over 40, now 40, touching 42 right now. So Bitcoin keeps on the rise. I think it's C20 here in the near future.
I was just gonna say, if you look at it, where's Cup and Handle Vinny? Take a look at Mara. Come on, I'm just waiting to hear it.
The only thing is you got to be careful with technicals on that because they have a shelf offering, like I think 500 million shares. I don't know how many they've gotten rid of, but that's a thing to keep in mind because once it goes up, they can dump 200 million shares and bring it back down a couple bucks. So you just got to kind of tread
Oh,
lightly.
yeah, there it is right there.
You got to tread lightly
At
on that one
2:48
anyway.
p.m.
Because this thing,
Bucket.
God, yeah, look at the daily on that.
Mara is brutal.
It's not a
248
cup.
Bucket.
That's not a
I'm telling
cup.
you.
That's a bowl, Bucket.
Soup bowl. Those soup for
Mara is
you.
brutal, though. I'm telling you.
What did Vinny say?
He said, "Be careful."
There's one at 230, one
Vinny,
at
look at the daily,
the big one's at
Vinny, look at
310.
the daily on
What's
Mara. Look at the daily on Mara. Look at the daily on Mara. I think you'll get excited.
I am them all.
No, on the daily, not today. The daily, the year.
Put up a day chart.
Put up a day chart instead of the 1 minute.
Kind of looks like SPY.
Yeah, I'm on the 2 minute.
Yeah, no. Change
go
2 minute
to
to
your
daily.
left. Yeah.
Change it to daily.
The D.
The one
the
that says the
D.
D.
The D. Yes, the D.
You see it? That's like a American Dream Trading Cup there.
Oh, look at that gap. Wow.
It's a perfect
Huge
cup.
gap. That's a huge 1363
Island and happy as can be.
up to the 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. Stanley.
See the big,
Yeah, I couldn't let it get down to fill that gap all the way. It's just
that's a,
Okay, can you guys tell me something? Everybody keeps talking about this gap. What gap are you talking about?
you look from the bottom
there's
of the
a
wick to the
huge
last
gap.
candle.
Just a gap in the price.
You go by
Okay,
the last candle
green to the bottom of the red.
Yeah.
on
Red.
Why do you
12.4.
call that a gap? Who cares?
Well,
is
it's
that
gonna
back
have
to
That's an area.
fill
It
that.
have to fill. It's
Yeah,
got to fill.
majority of the time it's
Yeah,
gonna come
it's
back
got
and
to
fill
be
the
Fill a
filled.
gap going up or fill a gap coming down.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Zone,
just think of it
That's-
in the sense of there's people that want to get filled in a certain area, right? And then in the mornings
Right.
when it gets up, it skips all those orders. So it
Right.
naturally
Went up so
they bring it back down to fill all the orders, and that's called a supply zone. And then it hits it, boom, and then goes back up to the direction it was supposed to go.
Okay, so
So when there's
basically,
orders left behind, they tend to go fill those orders and get it back up.
okay, so
Right
basically
now.
what you're saying is from 1378 to 1409 at some point. it's gonna go
1363, I
back.
think, is
Yeah, 1369 is the gap.
something in that area.
70, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's
And
also the
that's-
F was it fair value gap.
This is crazy.
I mean, that's a whole different thing, like intraday, or if it gaps up a big power candle, you have from the candle
Yeah.
before to the candle after, that gap inside that bar, it typically fills that one as well if you're looking at intraday.
Like an imbalance, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See,
so,
I mean, think
that made
just
the
look
high.
at the
15.
5 to 15 minute time frames. You look at those,
Mhm.
but you got to have a big move.
So that made the high go
Right.
to
So you can mark
1540.
that. David puts a lot of zones in there, and that would be a good thing that you could mark out right now with them dashed lines. Create that gap, so even if it doesn't get filled for the next week, and then it starts to climb up or come back down to that area, it may fill that area in. Because a couple days
Buck,
after this chart here, you're not going to see it.
Right.
So it's a good idea
And
to
Buck,
mark
if
those
those-
out.
Good. And Buck,
Good.
those orders, nobody will know when it's going to be filled. It could be filled tomorrow. It could be 3 weeks. The gap is still got to be filled, just like on SPY. The left 47, it's got orders have to be filled. It's came down
That's
and
right.
filled the ones in the 150 range. Those gaps in the 450 range have already been filled. The next one that's a big one is 447.
Are you
Let me tell
talking
you-
about
Nobody knows when.
between 446.50 and 441? Is that no? I'm missing something.
No, 47. Look at the 447.
On what chart?
You're talking about SPY, right?
Yeah, 15-minute, 2-minute, what?
Let's do the daily
I
and
thought
scroll
y'all was
back.
talking about Mara.
Yeah, we just jumped right out of one.
Okay, you're talking about that. Okay, no. I don't see this.
I'm
gap
lost.
you're
I'm
talking
lost.
about.
It's way back there, Buck. It's probably
Well,
a
anyway,
month ago.
listen.
At the
While Bucket
NVIDIA.
looking at that, I got a prime example of gaps and fills. I had a limit order down there at 450.
What you got, Ralph?
Guess what? I got filled on the order and didn't even know it. I'm in Mara. I just sit there and plain told y'all I wasn't in it and didn't know until I went and looked at the chart.
And you're in it.
Didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wrote it off after I put the order in last night. Well, not last night. I put the order in earlier for $14.50, and I was like, "Man, Mara not gonna come and get it. If it picks me up, it will." Well, apparently I got picked up, so I'm in it now. I can't put a stop. It's pretty much. I should have. I need to pay attention more, bro.
No,
Yeah,
you're
you're
sleeping. Sleeping.
You're up 50.
I got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, you up 50 cents right now.
Yeah, I was gonna think, Stanley. I'm really doing my best not to pull the trigger.
Well, yeah.
Does
I would wait just to
does
see what action happens, because it typically, if you look at the history of it, it likes to pull back in the morning and come fill orders, and then rip back up to where it came from. It did it almost twice today.
Okay.
That's that run up I've been telling you
does
about.
does anyone know when the next dividend?
I can find out for you.
I don't know.
And how many shares of SPY do you own?
I'll tell you a trading view.
Me?
Oh, you got trading view? You have trading
Me?
view or just Weeble? Yes.
No, I got Yahoo Finance.
Oh, okay. Well, it tells you.
Yahoo Finance should tell you.
Yield
Well,
Should be
it
the end of
does.
this, should be
Mark,
January.
it does show it on.
October 31st, right?
Yeah, they just recently had one.
The next dividend, supposedly from Market Chameleon, whatever that is
January.
well, it says next dividend is 15 December 2023 announced. So I don't know what that means.
I think the
Pay
announcement
date
just let them
31
know
Jan
when it's gonna be.
2024. So
It's
15
just something to think
announced.
about when you're doing your planning,
Yeah, well,
because you know how people they like to rush in to get that dollar share dividend.
Yeah, they will.
So just something to be mindful about when you're planning your.
Yeah, typically a lot of stocks, once they release their dividend or they pay their dividend, the stock will actually drop in the amount of the dividend.
Yep.
Yeah, almost every time it does that on every stock.
Well, there was a lot of conversations in the Zoom about Tesla, and I think there's a lot of confusion too. And I try to put it in the chat with when to buy it to reap the benefits of the dividend. And there's a misconception of buying it on the ex-dividend date, which if you do, we're still in a T2. So you have the trading day plus 2 days to close that execution of the trade. And if you do it on ex-dividend date, the record date is the very next day. So the ex-dividend date might be the 8th. The record date's the 9th. Well, if you buy it on the 8th, you don't own it on the 9th. You own it on the 10th, which therefore you don't get the dividend. So you have
when
to
is the dividend? When are the X dates? Do you know?
The X date is it's not really when you have to buy it, because it takes
It's a daily
trading day
record,
plus 2 days.
No, I understand. When is the X date for this?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything updates, but I think it's going to be somewhere around the 8th or the 9th.
So you basically what you're saying is you better, if you're gonna do it, you need to buy it tomorrow.
I think if you buy it by the 6th, you're okay.
Yeah, so I'd say tomorrow just to be safe. I already have it. I bought it last week. I bought it right after the announcement, or when they paid it out and the price went down. So I got it on the cheap. So I got it for like 1080.
1080. Damn.
Hell
No.
yeah.
Hold on, I don't want to lie to you. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly.
Let me tell you what my interest price is.
11.2.
Yeah, I got a fire one too. Mine's like around 11 something. Well, I've been buying them now. My costs have been going up because I still been buying them.
Yeah,
but I remember when it dropped to 1080, I got some then too.
I got it.
Like Coach says, the price really doesn't matter. It's in for the dividends and the long haul.
I got it at 1020. I got 2,000 shares at 1023 on 1023 at 1023. Yes, 2,000 at $10.23, 27 cents.
Okay, so mine is up now. It's at 11.49. I'll be trading it though.
Yeah,
because I'll be like, if Tesla if I just buy some shares in TSLL, or if I get that one right there, if it just turn on around and the trade goes bad, hey, I just added some the more that's adding to it,
Okay.
That's just me. I'm not telling nobody to buy, sell, or hold. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Hey, listen, I got a video on tap. Shout out to Carter, everybody. But before we go into that, we want to make sure that we know where that place is that you can get
What
the best
place?
the place that you can get the best stock market education out there, Mark.
How
You
do
know
you
where
get
it
there?
is?
No, how do
Stanley,
you
you
get there?
see you have some questions in chat, right?
Yeah,
By,
Tell me more.
by clicking that link in the chat, and we will get to those questions in just 1 second. Make sure you guys are clicking the link down in the live chat that leads right directly to AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you are catching us on the replay game, you can look in the description of the video and find that link to get joined up.
So Don, you're gonna have to modify that video. You need a new picture of him pointing to his screens from his new office.
I know.
That's
We need some new
live,
stuff,
Mark.
right?
That's
What
right
the
now.
hell is
You don't
that?
want me to cook them,
That's a
I'll go
deer.
ahead and
right?
record it on the
You don't want
new
me to cook them.
Wow.
Mark's showing us a picture of a deer.
Look at that, Dawn.
What's that?
Deer stand
Look at Bambi.
outside the
Oh,
house.
wow.
You lay corn down for it?
Nope. Hey, feed them. There's plenty of stuff. I'm surrounded by cornfields and soybean fields.
Hey,
They
look.
starve. It's their own dumb problem.
Put it back
Wait,
up, Mark.
Back up there.
Put the
I got
deer
you on
back
the whole
up. The difference between that deer and the deer that was up in the Christina yard is that deer right there got a lot of game. And Christina deers are pets. You can walk right up to them and just pet them. They don't have any game. That one right there, I bet you if Mark was just open his door up and take off, it's gonna be kind of hard to like run him down, you know. I said, Christina, so you really just got deer just right there, just walking up to you, snowflakes falling and everything, you feeding them out of your hand. What is this, a petting zoo? The deer around here, right? They're not about to let you get close to them, fam. They're not about to get you. You're not about to get the chance. I'm telling you.
Ooh.
That's like a moose.
No, it ain't. A white-tailed deer. Moose.
Belongs on my grill, Mark.
Oh, I know. It belongs on mine, too. You may yet, too.
Hell yeah. Get a nice shoulder out of that.
Yeah, moving right along.
Backstrap.
Yeah, there's my favorite.
You
gonna play
right there, buddy?
I am. All right, let's
y'all follow that one. Follow that one up with the tips and strategy one for the eat.
That is not funny, killing them damn animals. All right, here we go.
They'll take over if we didn't, man.
Right?
Really, really, really choppy. So, okay, let's look at this one at the open. So it came up. It did not have a 2-minute EWO. You can see it was already falling off. I don't know if you would have got in here. Let's say you do. Let's say you do. So you got in somewhere in here. Guess what? This is VWAP. And as soon as it broke VWAP, which was right here, and it held to the upside, you get out. This one you got in. Looks like this candle. And you got paid. Barely, but you did. Comes back. VWAP. We definitely don't want to be in it on the break. Let's say you get in here. I mean, do you see how it's all really squirrely, but that's okay. We trade the trades, right? Now, you guys know I don't like anything around VWAP, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But I'm just saying, if you were just flat out, I'm trading the trades, I don't care, and it breaks there, no bueno again. Then you get in this little one. You make a little bit of money, it pulls back. You get in this one, you make a little bit of money, and it goes and it pulls back and it's flat. And then there's your payday.
Love it.
That's what you got to do. You got to put your screen time in, guys. Those of you who are struggling with the 2-minute EWO, there's a plethora of videos that Carter has put together. Shout out to Carter, where you will learn exactly your entry points, how to stay in it, and when to get out.
And learn it left to right, up and down.
That's it. Let's see what else you got over there.
The tips and strategy. Do you have that one? I like that deer mark. It looks good back there.
More tips and strategy.
Yeah.
With that, it looks like a moose.
Yeah, that view does look like a moose. Either way,
y'all's layout is different, like on Restream. I don't know. My stuff is different.
What I do is I go to YouTube, I click on the button, and then I show Restream, and then I mute YouTube so there's no echo. And then
Right, so I did that. I'm talking about like I'm talking about the Restream layout. Like it used to be.
Yeah,
at the
what
bottom.
I did was
now it's like.
Yeah, I moved it out. I took the chat off the side so that it stretched out, so that when we were watching the videos, it would be a little bit bigger.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, I thought I did something wrong, because.
No, you're good.
See, the cats are still alive, Mark.
Yeah,
that's right. I
see the cats are still alive.
Forgot about the box of cats. Everybody, make sure you smash the like button so we don't want Mark killing a box of
kittens.
This
is it.
That's right.
This is the one.
Hold on, let me go to 4.
Yeah, now listen, if you let it fully form, that is a good confirmation, but you don't have to let it form. If you want to let it form, which is not a bad idea, because then you know for sure it's staying there, right? Then go ahead, because all you're going to do is miss a little bit of money, and who cares? So I can do it as long as it gets bigger, right? Because usually on a 2-minute, because it's a 2-minute, right? It's a very long time frame. Now, what I don't want you doing, you see this? I mean, technically, if you put in a microscope, you might go, that's bigger, coach. Come on, that's so tiny. But technically, it's bigger, right? You're like, coach, I got it right here. Well, dude, you're better than, you are better than I am. So, you want it to form. You want it to see it go bigger. You want to, actually, it's definitively, it makes sense. They're not all like really close together, because if they're close, it could change on you any second, right? Let's focus on this trade. Let's focus on the 2-minute first. The 2-minute signal was here. Everybody see it? So which was around this spot. Here is the beauty of being around VWAP. This is the easiest trade in the business. Since you bought it on VWAP, and your stop is just above VWAP, allowing for a little breakthrough, not confirmation. This is the easiest trade you will ever make, because it's either going to go your way, which it looks like it wants to, and bleed out, or you're immediately going to get stopped out for like a 3% loss. It's the best trade in the business, except for, my double tops, triple bottom stuff. Do you guys understand? It's so simplistic in every way off of this trade. So you should not be hesitating. You should not be fearing it.
Weren't we talking about that last week, Ralph?
We sure was. I love setups like that right there.
Yeah, the breakthrough.
Right, so
it always goes the opposite way.
The setup right there, and all you have to do is just follow all the rules. Go in with the 25.
Now, what would you play there? A call or a put?
That's a put.
That's a put. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get in with the put, right? So I see why you're saying that you're thinking it might be a call, but the second green candle ain't there, right? It's breaking through the support, which is the VWAP. It came back and retested it, right? Most of the time, whenever you have a swing right there, it's gonna pull back. Sometimes they go farther than that, right? But the VWAP is what stopped it, right? After that, it's pretty just gonna just push on down from there,
If that was a call, you would have seen a confirmation candle to the upside.
Yeah, you would see the green EWO.
Second
Usually when they
green
just
candle
break
mark.
through,
Yeah, the
Second
one.
green candle that's larger than the first.
Third than the
Could be
one.
the third candle,
Right.
could be the fourth, could be
Right.
the fifth. You never know.
Yep.
Hammer it and put your stops in. Done. Set it and forget it.
Forget it.
If it loiters around and it will never make a decision off of VWAP, don't trade it. This has clearly touched, broke. See the difference? It moves. It tried to make moves. It was to the upside all day, and then it tried to go, and it was weak. Then it tried to pop back up. It was weak, and now you're to the downside. Test, triple bottom, break.
Yeah, that's called Apple.
Everybody see that? Yeah, you do. Now you're like triple bottom, break. Stop right here. Right? That's a no-brainer.
How you know that trade right there wants to go down? Because that's a head and
we're gonna watch that again because that was huge.
But it's
That
not
was
really a head. That second valley on that one is deeper than the first. Like this, it's just getting heavier and heavier as the day goes on.
He could almost call this double bottom, triple bottom strategy.
Yep, that's a good video.
Yeah, let's watch that one. Go ahead, baby.
What is typical of a triple bottom?
Usually that means it's tapped on the support level enough times that it's most likely going to break through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to go
bottom
up.
mean it's going to be, well, no,
it's going to go down. Most likely.
Right, put the video on. Let me show him.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Bounce.
Yeah. Now listen, if you let it fully form, that is a good confirmation, but you don't have to let it form. If you want to let it form, which is not a bad idea because then you know for sure it's staying there, right? Then go ahead, because all you're going to do is miss a little bit of money and who cares? So I can do it as long as it gets bigger, right? Because usually on a 2 minute, because it's a 2 minute, right? It's a very long time frame. Now, what I don't want you doing, you see this? I mean, technically, if you put in a microscope, you might go.
That's reaching right there, boy. It's a 2 minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bigger, coach. Come on, that's so tiny.
But
technically,
like
it's bigger, right?
That's a zero, and then like you know how if you got the price in the scale on the side, they have the price in the scale on it. The first candle is like a 00, and the second one is like a 01. 01, 02. That's real small.
You're like, coach, I got it right here. Well, dude, you're better than you are better than I am. So, you want it to form, you want it to see it go bigger. You want to, actually it's definitively, it makes sense. They're not all like really close together. Cause if they're close, it could change on you any second, right? Let's focus on this trade. Let's focus on the 2 minute
here
first.
You go. That's the triple bottom.
The 2 minute signal was here. Everybody see it? So which was around this?
All right. So
yep. You see
what we mean when we say triple bottom, like the 3 points.
Yeah.
Now you're right that it could go back either one, but what lets me know that one is about to go. Let me know that it's about to go down, right?
Yeah.
It's a reversal lower, and then it broke
double and triple tops are reversal patterns. They generally reverse, but you got to wait for the confirmation. You can't jump the gun on it.
Right, because it can't go up like what you was thinking, But they
aren't they more trusted on their time frames?
That one's spread out. So the closer they are, the weaker the indicator is. So it's more likely to go through. I think if it's closer together than it is further apart, I forget. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of weakness when it's in a shorter time frame.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
Like that one there is like what, hours?
I don't know what time frame that one is.
That's a 2 minute time frame.
It also broke this area here. You guys are seeing this, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's what worked out.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
So that middle valley is lower.
See, that one actually broke through, but what's it doing right now? It didn't break and hold, did it?
It's retesting it.
Right at the very end there, it's popping back up through. So,
But when it pops back up through like that, normally it's a sign that it's going to be bearish.
Right, because you got an engulfing candle right there too, that red candle.
Yeah.
And that's all the signs say is going to go down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you need to have your finger on the mouse to see if your play is going to go up or not.
Yes.
If you preloaded for bear.
On this spot. Here's the beauty of being around VWAP. This is the easiest trade in the business. Since you bought it on VWAP and your stop is just above VWAP, allowing for a little breakthrough, not confirmation. This is the easiest trade you will ever make because it's either going to go your way, which it looks like it wants to, and bleed out, or you're immediately going to get stopped out for like a 3% loss.
Boom.
It's the best trade in the business, except for, my double tops, triple bottom stuff. Do you guys understand? It's so simplistic in every way off of this trade. So you should not be hesitating. You should not be fearing it. Hammer it and put your stops in. Done. Set it and forget it.
Yep.
If it loiters around and it will never make a decision off of VWAP, don't trade it. This has clearly touched, broke. See the difference? It moves. It tried to make moves. It was to the upside all day, and then it tried to go, and it was weak. Then it tried to pop back up. It was weak, and now you're to the downside. Test, triple bottom, break. Everybody see that? Yeah, you do. Now you're like light bulb. Triple bottom, break. Stop right here. Right? That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, man. What's happening on that support right there is it's just getting weaker and weaker. Each time it comes down, there's less orders right there in that spot, right? So the stop hunt ain't. Each time it comes down, the stop hunt ain't really there no more because the orders been gone, right? So it's coming down, it's getting weaker and weaker, just gonna break through. Then it came back up and retested, right? But like Mark was saying, you got to make sure they got that confirmation. Then keep it tight if you're going to go in there with that VWAP stop because it can absolutely just go right down through there, right? And catch all the rest of them down orders that's right there and shoot right back up. You know what I'm saying? And rip your face off. So, just keep it tight whenever it breaks through the support resistance. They have a lot of manipulation around it because they know that it's a lot of people waiting for that breakout. They got pending orders right there. Other traders coming in and place orders right there. You got people like, as soon as it dropped through, I'm gonna put a sell stop. It's just a whole bunch of orders around the level. That's what made that level so significant, right?
Yeah, we're not that smart. There's 200,000 other people with their finger on the mouse button at the same time we are. So
right.
we're not stock trading geniuses. We're all doing the same thing.
But to be safer on your entry, you can test on that. You can take your position on the retest of the break and not the break.
That's true too.
Yeah.
If you missed the breakout, because all that happened right there was around the same candles, right? On the E-wall, I'm saying, right? So it just.
Well, see, I mean, you take emotions go into play too when you take the initial break because you're in the green, right? Mm-hmm. And then it comes back to retest. You might even be in the red. Mm-hmm. Well, then you see red, you like cut it out, done, and then you see it go in your direction. You just miss the trade.
Right.
Now
well,
you're facing.
The key to not doing that is it has to break and hold above or below where you're at. Break and hold is the key term there. You got to let it run its candle course before you make that firm decision because it'll go bounce up along VWAP, break it all day long. But if it don't break and hold, it's not going to make a decision.
Right.
Break and hold on any decision. Going into new trading zones, going into new channels, going into a triple top, triple bottom, whatever. You got to let it break and hold for it to make its decision before you try to jump the gun and guess. So that way you don't get your face ripped off.
Exactly. So like Stanley said, if you not show, just wait on that retest. If it hit
Well,
that
that's what
retest
happened
and
in
get
that trade.
rejected, boom, you know you good then.
Yeah, well, that's the way it was in Coach's video right there. It retested it.
Yep.
Like you say, you're either going to be in a
So it's
boatload
just
of money or you're
opposite
just going
words.
to lose a couple dollars. You know? If it does go the other way, you
Right.
can't hardly lose.
So ready?
All right, when I gotta get going.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, man.
We'll see y'all next time.
All right.
We'll see
Not
y'all.
me. I got till mid. I
I'll
could
see
be
y'all
here. I
4
could be
o'clock
here
in the
till
morning.
I could be here till midnight, Don.
I sure can. Me too. I love
So
stock.
I
I
slept
talk about
19
them
hours
all
a day.
day.
Yeah, I know
What
it
was
did.
that? Oh,
Bye.
Y'all be
all
safe.
right,
Take
y'all.
care.
All right.
You too, honey.
Cup
Thank
and
you
buddy.
for coming up and hanging
All
out
righty.
with us.
all right, Stanley.
Thanks for having me.
Later.
But yeah.
All right,
Hey,
later.
every time.
Andy.
It's a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
a bunch of old people
manipulation.
again. A bunch of old people again.
You know
Well,
what though?
Except for Dawn.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Don't try to butter me up. You still eat meat.
What are you what, 29? You look 29.
Nice. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Real talk though,
You
Don.
know-
I didn't know you were 78 until you mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, I thought she was like 29 or something like that. Like your age really shocked me. For real, friend. You look real young.
I think we better quit before we can't dig
I
our
get
way out,
that.
Ralph.
It's so funny too because they'll card me and look at me and look at my license and look at me and look at my license like 20 times and I'm like, yeah,
It's
blame it
true.
on the fruit. Thank you, I appreciate that. You guys make me feel good.
The fruit.
It's the fruit, man,
Okay.
and a lot of water.
The bad apple.
Yep. If
When
you
you gonna
guys
give up that fruit and come over to the Q's?
Oh man.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm at the Q's. I like
Q, Q,
TQQ.
Q,
I'm
Q.
Who's
talking
in the
about the
queues?
Come
You were
over to the
gone. All we
queues.
did was talk about the queues.
I
Yep.
wasn't gone. I was sleeping.
Taking another nap.
What time you went to sleep?
No, I heard you. I had
today, Mark?
my earbuds. I was upstairs walking around. I took a purposeful power nap from 9 to 9:20. I set my alarm for 9:20. Woke up at
Purposeful.
11:40. Woke up
I
at
love
11:40 and the whole market had crashed and I missed it all.
Hey, listen. I try to make it
Oh
a
my
point,
God.
and I didn't do it this morning, but I try to make it a point to like be occupied when the market first starts. Because like coach will convince you to get in the trade. Like the way he be calling, like
I get it.
"Ooh,
It's
I get
heavy.
it.
It's heavy.
That's
Oh,
a
here
good-
it goes. It's
you
going.
like, oh, I
It's
gotta
going.
get it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I tell myself every time, like, listen, on this market first open, I'm not gonna touch anything.
Yeah, I
It
make
usually
10
That's
don't
o'clock.
funny
work out
you
for
said
me.
that. That's
You
funny you
know?
said that because I did that this morning. Like Jen is glued. She works customer service, so she's glued to her computer in the morning, right? So what I do is I try to, when Coach is going through his morning spiel, I'll go ahead and throw some coffee on for her, right?
Yeah.
And fix our little green healthy drink that we drink. So this morning, that's funny you said that. I used that for that very reason. I said, okay, Dawn, you said you're not going to jump right in and try to jump in something quick. Occupy your mind. Do something constructive. Go ahead and make Jen's coffee. Make the moringa. You know what I mean? Go ahead and go ahead and get the trash out. Like do something to take your mind off of watching the trade and trying to avoid getting off the P&L like I talked about earlier. Because I know me. I want to go look at the P. And I went and I looked at Weeble and I said, okay, it's going down. I'm not gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna find something else to do. So that's a good point. That's a good
It
strategy.
is, man. Hey,
What he's saying is, Coach will get in there. Oh, who's in those apple puts? Who's in those
yes.
Who's
Coach
making
is
more money
a
than
master-
everybody else? Oh,
Listen,
not
he's
me.
not just
Yes.
a master trader. He's also a master salesman. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
he will sell
Yeah,
your
like,
ass and get in a trade. You think you're not gonna get in a trade? Let Coach get a hold of you. The way he sells it, he's like, "Come on, Apple.
Well, the reason when he
Oh.
asks who is in this or
Yeah.
who is in that means you should have been in it.
Yeah,
That's why he's
Yeah.
asking.
already.
He can't
Already.
say you need to go buy Apple right now. Go buy an Apple
Right.
put. He can't. He's not allowed. We're not allowed to do that.
No,
So he'll
I
ask
get it.
after it's gone.
Yeah,
Who's
But I'm
in
just
it?
like
Who's in it?
I'm like Ralph. I need to walk away and not listen because he's like,
yeah.
I'm telling you,
Hey.
that's the best way to listen. When I was trading heavy,
It's not his fault.
I used to.
It's not his fault.
Hey, he's
It
good at what
ain't.
he
He decided to
does.
listen. If you decide to
Yeah.
listen to all the voices, that's on you.
Jimmy told you about it, right? Don't chase every shiny new pet. Coach has even said that. It's like, listen, that's my job. I have to put it out there, and we're trying to help people find runners. But nobody said you had to listen to everything I say. I didn't tell you to go try to get in all those stocks. He's the first person to tell you that, but he's not going to not
that's
call
just
them
the
out.
point.
Yeah.
I know I'm not really good at the opening and breakout, and I'm a new trader, right? I ain't been doing this long. Coach doing that for the scalpers in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I almost been here a year, and I have one time that ever worked out, and that is that Netflix play that JP was talking about for 6 months. That is the only time in a whole year that I saw something break the pre-market setup, and I jumped in it, and it rode all freaking day long. That's never happened since. I mean, come on, $164 premium turned into $1,200, almost $2,000. That never happens. That was a lot. Okay.
That was a good day right there.
And you know what? We talk about how that can hurt a new trader. It did. It hurt me because I was thinking that was the norm. That was something that happens. Oh, okay. I get it. Not every day, but at least a couple times a week, right? Hell no. So you got to watch
turned into a saying. Whenever somebody hold on time, we used to be like, shit, you must have Netflix that thing like Dawn, huh?
Yeah, that was the right time to hold it.
I mean, you will make a boatload of money. You will make a boatload of money at the market open if you're going the right way when the market opens.
Yeah.
If you've done your homework, you will, but you got to be prepared to get in.
That's a hard thing.
You got to know how to do it. You got to know how to do it, and you got to have enough cash to make it worth it too. You know what I mean?
If you're not good at it, that's why you wait to 10, and it works. Yep. I've been trading now for almost a year. And I went back. I did get in earlier, and I did make good money, but then I also lost money that way too. So I just finally I had enough, and I'm like, now let's just go back to the 10 o'clock or later deal, and that's what I'm doing. And I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, pick the thing that's easiest to maintain on the long term.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't mean I won't get in at a quarter till 10 or something, but I'm generally not going to until 10 o'clock. So
right, me too.
Yeah. And the only reason I went quarter to 10 is because it was obvious that it was dropping. And I'm like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and get in on the move. You know what I mean? So speaking of getting in on the moves, guys, this is also how I supplement my income. So if you guys want to donate to the tip jar, the link is located in the description of the video. It's also in the chat. I put it there if you want to scroll back and just put $2-3 in the tip jar. It is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Ralph, is that
steady?
Yeah,
Dawn, let me steady in that channel there, Bucket. So you might be okay.
Let me tell you how much coach be in my head with that damn let the trade run. Okay. So I don't even know when I got in this trade, right? And so whenever I was in the chat getting ready to, I hadn't made it back here, and I heard a doggone thing go boom boom. Like, what the hell is that? I just got stopped out of something. Like, what? It happened again. Like, I was trading something, and then what I do is after I shave it off a couple of times, I bring the stop back to like break even, or I put the trailing stop so far back that it won't touch it. Just so you know what Coach said, don't touch it.
Right.
Close it out at the end of the day. This one closed out on his own. I'm like, I forgot all about it. But to coach's defense, I have had one that'll run for like, I think the longest I ever had one run for like 3 days. Now I ain't talking about no major position. I done shaved it down so small, but it's just going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just getting lower and lower because this is a short trade. So it just kept going lower and lower without getting the stop loss. Never got hit, and so I'm like, well, damn. If I would have just left the whole position on, that would have been a major.
Yeah.
That would have been a major, a
major
trade. Yes. Damn, I was like, man,
wow.
It just surprises me though, how far these things will go if you just leave them alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot. And there are runners every day. This just is no way, unless you're Mark McSee, that you can watch 9 stocks at a time. Yeah, there's people who have.
I ain't watching 9 stocks at a time. I've watched one.
Yeah, he watches
No,
12.
hey, listen.
I got
What
screens
the
That's
hell you
but
something.
I
got?
glance. Well, that's up there is the Magnificent Seven. I'm watching. All I'm doing with that is looking at the EWOs. So essentially, those are just EWO. I mean, that's a full chart, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at
But
the EWO. I don't even have those charted. I do all my
That's
peripherally,
charting
something
on.
though,
it's
Yeah,
dog.
good.
I heard
all I
it.
got to do is look. That's why that was my reasoning for buying a new toy was doing for that very reason because I was missing out on EWO changes. Of course, I
Ah,
didn't know at the time you can make it go ding and dong and everything else. You can
yeah.
program it when the switches go. So
What you just mentioned about
Bucket,
Mark
did we get
watching
to the
all them
questions
screens.
that you said?
Yeah, we've been getting to them. Well, I've
Okay.
been replying in there. Nothing really, nothing else for the team yet. So I'll let
Okay.
everybody know then. Those were
Hey,
specifically
look.
for Stanley.
Thank you,
Yeah.
honey.
Hey,
Yes.
so back to what y'all was just saying, and I got this from some trader book. I don't think it was Trading in the Zone, but I know it was some type of trade education. The guy was like, or the guy, I can't remember who it was, but they was like, these trades they come like taxes, right? You can wait all day, but whenever one come, 5 or 6 good trade setups are gonna show up at the same time. So it don't even make sense to just sit there and watch all these different tickers. Find the one that you trade the best and just trade with that one. Because what's gonna happen is you try to catch all of them, you're gonna mess out losing out. You know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
can just have one good trade, right? Because I'm telling you, as you scalping through all that stuff, you might find one runner for the. Might happen, but whenever something get to break out, everything is gonna break out at the same. All they're gonna come all at once. You know what I'm saying? And it
Yep.
was something about a tax. I think he said they come like London taxes or something like. I don't know what the saying it was, but I got the concept. You get the concept. You know,
Definitely.
crazy.
Wow. I
Yeah.
tell you what.
And it's the truth too.
So JD Racing, our new member that got that year VIP, had his
Yes.
first great Evo trade today.
Shout out to
Hey.
JD Racing.
Nice. Way to go, JD.
And TJ made over $1,500 on that hot stock pick.
Wow.
Shout out to
15
TJ.
now. I remember when he made the 1,000 portion of that. 1,500, TJ, really? Dude, you moving to the big leagues, man.
Yeah, he's
You're
a big boy.
hitting a comma like on a daily now, aren't you?
I heard that he was done for the 4th time. Like he been doing the junior now.
Yeah, I think he did that just to make fun, right?
Right.
I'm done for the
Diesel
day.
Dan. Thank you,
What
Diesel
happened to-
Dan, for the tip. I appreciate it, brother. We got
Shout
one
out to
tip in
Diesel
tonight so
Dan.
far. Thank you,
what
man.
did what happened to our TV news producer kid?
Oh,
Are you
Hamilton.
talking about Hudson? No, it's Hudson. Isn't it
Hudson Miller,
Hudson.
right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a while.
I know
Have
he
you?
said. No, he can't. He come into something a couple of days ago. But
No, he's
I've
been
seen
on, but he has to. He's prepping for the Heisman. He has to go to New York for the Heisman Trophy
Oh.
presentation.
that's
Oh,
what it was.
Ah.
Feel
Yeah,
so
'cause
sorry
he
for
did.
him. So
Yeah.
sorry for him.
Yeah, he said he had to go
Gotta
What a
love
great
some
gig!
sarcasm.
What a great gig! What a great gig for a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Travel all over, meet famous
Right.
people, and
Yeah,
not that they're that special, but you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
that is awesome.
That's good.
Shout out to Hudson Miller. We know you'll
You
hit
know
us
what I
off.
mean?
Stop and
Louisiana
say hi
always,
once
you
in a
know,
while.
we had the best people. I know it.
ADT is full of them. Coach said he's got A-listers and sports figures and you name it.
Old
You got
people.
a little bit of everybody in here.
Old people.
Why are you
Old
obsessed
people.
with the old people thing?
Because there's
I
a lot
don't
of
know.
old people up here. Too much
Hey.
blue hair.
Hudson just look young. He old too.
Yeah.
Somebody
believe
come
it
up
whenever-
here and get Mark off the old people thing.
Yeah. That's all I see is old people.
Hey, that's what it is though. Trading, hey, you know.
Hey, well, I
It's-
just want
it's-
people to get
it's-
impression on the old people do this. We got a lot of young people in our group. A lot of young them.
Yeah, we
Where's
do.
where's our cookie man at? Where's he at? I want to hear about putting the cookie in your belly.
Where has Eric
I
Smoto
haven't seen
been?
him in
I
a
don't know.
while.
He's been busy apparently. Let's
smoking
go.
You know
weed,
what?
isn't it?
I keep meaning to check out the TikTok. Is he still doing that at night?
I mean, at the time that he do it, I'm usually like
I'm
right after
knocked
this, I'm
out.
gonna probably go to sleep. Yeah, yeah, and then
I'm
I get
usually
up in a couple of hours.
10, 11 o'clock anymore. I'm done. I'm gone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's never. But now since I've been getting up, I used to. I'd be up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock easy. But now it's
I
like
gotta
that's a
give it to
few
you,
hours from
Don.
get up time.
Sometimes
Huh?
you beat Mark in the building. I gotta give it to you. You have been showing up. Sometimes you beat Mark in there. You
Yeah, it
know,
depends how slow the dogs move.
Yeah, the
I
Today
dogs
we're
are
had
taking a
moving.
good
logged
old
into the
time.
Zoom this morning at like 2 in the morning. Nobody was in there, and then I came back out, and I went. I think whenever I got ready to go back in there, right, the first thing happened was Zoom was like, "Oh, you got to do this download." I was like, "You know what? I ain't got time for that right now." I waited a while longer. Then I came back, and I don't know what it was. I think I heard somebody talking about a VWAP. I was like, "Nope, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I'll wait on Coach." You know what I'm saying? The Zoom it's been a little different. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus I just got a lot going on myself. But I'll be back in there, hope maybe. You know,
Yeah, we are
Everything okay?
concentrating on purchasing through the
huh?
L2 and support and resistance into pre-market. That's the whole main
That's the
teaching there.
main thing.
How to read the
Mhm.
L2. You can choose whatever you
Yeah.
want to trade with, but our main teaching is on that. We'll answer questions on anything, but we're not going to go down a rabbit hole. And what about the L1 and the L3 and the L22 and the
Yeah, I just can't. I
Mark.
can't do
Fibonacci
it. I
retracement on
can't.
the rainbow retracement, and we're not getting into all that. We're there to
Exactly.
primarily learn how
So
to trade penny stocks, to get in, to get out, how to know when to get in and when to get out by reading the L2. So we're not going to
right.
make it
That
any more
seemed like
complicated than that. It's keep it simple, stupid, because that's what I
exactly.
can understand. That's what I can understand.
And it seemed like
But
we've been getting farther and
don't
farther
confuse the
away
old
from
guy.
that. So
Well, we're putting a
I,
hammer on. We just gotta, all right.
yeah, I
We
just
gotta be
want
nice about it. People are coming in; they gotta learn. So you just gotta do it with love.
Okay, I know
yeah.
this is Coach's show,
Yep, it
but I've
is.
heard this a couple times. Is there some type of circular indicator or something called the VIX? What is this?
I
The
don't know.
VIX
Never heard
is
of
a
it. And if I did, I wouldn't talk about it because this
listen.
is
Nope, I'm
Coach's
gonna talk
show.
about it because Coach never
Ralph.
said you couldn't talk about the VIX. The VIX is
Oh,
an
I know.
index.
Right.
The VIX
Yeah.
is an index. S&P, right? It's
And
just
we're in the
like
aftermarket.
Nasdaq, right? It's just like Nasdaq. So this is what coming because it's misconstrued, right? It's really misconstrued. The
Okay, clear it
question
up
in the
for us.
beginning, I'm about to clear it up right now. The question that Coach, while people say Coach don't, talk about that, he never really said that he don't talk about it. They was like, all right, volatility indexes, the VIX, like the S&P 500, Dow, all that, right? And so what it really says is how many um, puts and calls has been bought in the market. So basically, it's like a fear and greed index, right? And
That's
someone
exactly.
asked Coach like the fear and greed. Whenever it goes up, that means you shouldn't be in the market, right? And Coach is like, no, that's an index. That's not an indicator on the market, right? If the
Right.
VIX goes up and you decide to stop trading, look how much money you're gonna lose on puts, right? So Coach is like, he don't put no weight into that, and you shouldn't either as a trader. That's a volatility index, right? It's for options. That's what it is, right? So if you was to just be like using that as an indicator, the VIX goes up, that means there's a lot of fear in the market. So I'm gonna stop trading. Some people have their best trading days on days like that, right? How many times have you talked to maybe a family member or something, and they watched the news and it was like, oh, it's blood in the streets, right? And they'd be like, well, I know your day was bad, and then you'd be like, actually, I had one of the best trading days I ever had. Am I
Right.
right? So
Because
you
you can buy
don't,
puts. Right.
right? So I mean, the VIX, that's an index, right? Not an indicator. That's
Okay,
all
so
it
let me get
is.
this right because I've heard Mashulo mention it. She said, well, the VIX is down, so SPY's going up. She said it today. So basically, you're saying when the VIX is up, and VIX, volatility index. So that's where the
Not
acronym comes
necessarily.
in.
Yeah.
But
It's an
okay.
indicator. It's an
And
index. It's not
so,
an indicator.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's taken. It's a predictor, a supposed predictor of the market over the next 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
divided. The VIX number is divided into 3 zones.
Right.
0 to 15 is the lowest you can be. That's everything's nice and calm. Nobody's stressed out. Market's not going to go way up. It's not going to go way down. It's as mellow as it can be.
Neutral.
15 to 30, 15 to 30, I think, or is it 25? I think it's 15 to 25. There's more volatility in the market, and then
Right.
it's either 25 or 30. Above that, then it's really chaos, blood in the streets, whatever. That's kind of gives you an indication about how much they take the calls and the puts, and they do a magic formula. Now, there's a quick formula that people use. Is you take the number of the current VIX, which is, let's say it's 12, you divide it by 16, I think it is. Take the current number and divide it by 16. That gives you a ratio number. So if it's 16, if the VIX is at 16, you divide by 16, that gives you a 1.0 number. So
okay, my point is,
whatever,
we're using it.
Right.
Not saying we're using it. I just don't understand, because people will go, so when they say it's X, like it's below 30, under 30, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I'm not going to use it.
Right.
Does it apply individually to stocks? So there's a VIX for Apple, there's a VIX for SPY, there's a VIX.
No. It takes all of them, throws them in one pile. You can't.
It tracks the volatility.
This is why we don't want to have active.
Into it.
Because you start discussing something that really doesn't matter, then people think it has some weight to it.
Right.
And if you want to, if you figured out that works for you, have at it.
No, I'm not. I'm just. I've heard it so many times now.
Yeah, me too. I was curious.
Because when I type that in to do my after studying, and I type that word in, it's actually a chart that goes from
it's an index.
13. There's no 30 in it.
You can't buy.
They're making numbers up.
No, see, now you mixing two things, right? What you mixing up is the RSI mixed in with the VIX. RSI is absolutely an indicator. The VIX, right? VIX.
Okay, I'm done. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
It's an index.
No,
because we need to talk about it. We need to talk about this.
I mean, we're getting educated, so.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is if you type the word VIX,
you're gonna get a chart.
It's a chart.
You're gonna get a chart,
right?
Yes, because it is an index.
You cannot. Okay. You cannot buy it. It's not like a stock. You can't buy the VIX.
It's an index.
Yeah, you can buy all the.
I get it, but there's no 30
it's like
in
SPX.
Yeah, there's no 30 in it. No, 0 to 15, 15 to 30. There's no 30 in it.
Missing it. That's the 30
stock
comes
price.
From.
That's the price.
Yeah, you're missing something else. You're mixing something else up to it. What you're mixing in is the RSI, which is an indicator, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
is not a stock. You cannot trade this. This is not a stock.
No, it's not a stock. You can't trade it. It's an index like the S&P. You can trade the S&P, right? That's SPY. Mm-hmm. Right? If you want to trade the VIX, you're gonna have to go to a ticker like UVXY, right?
Yeah.
Like they have
There's ETFs that mock it, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So
it's just it's a soothsayer's chart is all it is.
It's an index.
They take all this stuff and then they take all this stuff, put it in a pat, shake it up, divide it by this, and add that, and subtract this, and then they plot a point on the chart. Okay, today it's at 12.3. So if the number goes up, that means you hear the fear and greed index. That's what the fear and greed index is referring to. Is that? So if the numbers, if it's going above,
puts, right?
Yeah, it's going to be more volatile.
Okay.
If you want volatility to trade day trade, so you actually want that number higher. So you actually do want it above 1, above 15. So it's like a 12 or 13. I don't know what it is today, but anyway, it's just a reference. Fear and greed index refers
9/21/55 EMA.
Right. It's not something you can actively trade. So there's not you can't put a put on it. You can't put a call on it. It's just a magic chart that people put things in and say, well, is the market getting more volatile based on all the calls and puts that are being bought?
That's how it is.
And there's no way for us to even evaluate what those numbers are.
Huh.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We don't know how many calls and puts there are in the market. We don't know, So but it's there. It's just as it goes up, it's the fear is growing. If it gets up to 25, the fear is growing. And if you can look and read about the history of it, that's what I did one time. But it is kind of interesting. But
the reason, Mark, I brought this up was not that it's tracking and we don't discuss it, and that's fine, is because in the middle of the day, someone is acting like it's a meter. They'll go, oh, it's at 30. Oh, it just dropped to 27. Oh, it's now 51. Oh, we're
I know. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. That's why I'm saying that the reason why you're confused
you know who it
two
is,
different things. Yeah, he's talking about the RSI. 30 and 7. RSI is the relative stress and strength index, right? It's what's needed. It's an oversold and overbought.
Put your hands up.
If you follow the oversold and bought, then you just gonna miss money, right? Nvidia been oversold forever, right?
Right.
That don't mean you're gonna get out. So again, Coach says don't put weight into those things because it's gonna just cause you to lose money.
You're exactly.
And it's not part of our strategy. So
okay, cool.
And let's face it, some people will spew magic words to make themselves more intelligent than what they are.
Exactly.
The Fibonacci retracement, entrapment, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I did that. And I got in right here. Look how that worked for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear these terms come out, and number one, that's why I love Coach. He gets rid of all that. It's not that there's no value. There's value to every indicator, or would have never been created, and it wouldn't still be around historically. There's a reason for all them. The Fibonacci, whatever, I'm sure it works. I don't know. I don't care about it. Why don't I care about it? Because Coach don't care about it. So I'm not going to waste my what I got left of my deteriorating brain gray matter learning something that I don't need to know to be successful. Exactly. I'm going to put
Mark, I'm 100% with you. So for all the young kids out there, for Bucket's humorous 30 seconds of every evening, when you're our age, your book, your library, your gigabyte of storage is full. I'm just telling you, at our age, it's full. Especially us older kids, because we had to fix things, make things, do things, when today's kids just have to play games on the TV. Ours is full. So if I put something in like the VIX and it goes in, I just lost something. Okay, because there's no more room in here. Okay, the brain's full. There is no more storage. So if I absorb that and put it in, I lost something. And at our age, I have no idea what I lost. Okay, I'll only find out what I'm trying to do.
Where it went, or where you put it.
And then go, oh my God, I lost it, but I know what this VIX is. So here's the deal. This is now a protective shell. VIX just bounced off. I'm not losing anything because we cannot expand our storage. All we can do is rearrange it. It's full.
And I'm about to tell you why Bucket is right too when he finished.
And I'm about to say thank you to JD for the second tip of the night. Thank you, JD. I appreciate you, brother. JD. Right. Awesome.
But no, I started my day out by tweeting about this because this is one of the reasons why most people struggle when it comes to a strategy. And it's also the reason why some people can't understand why we can't talk about different things, right? It all comes back to the strategy, right? You want to keep a strategy as clean and simple as you possibly can, right? And one of the reasons why people struggle with them is not that the strategy don't work. You just ain't put the time in to make the strategy work, right? Newsflash. Trading is hard, okay? And so if you try to go into a trade using a strategy and then it don't work the first time you do it, it's not that the strategy don't work. You just ain't trying to get the strategy right. You got to work at the strategy, right? Everybody that trade with the 2-minute EWO, and not just scratch 2-minute EWO, every strategy out there, it's a reason why it's a strategy. Most strategies work, right? You just got to perfect the strategy. And I'm going to tell you why doing this is so important, right? So when I perfect the strategy, right, I don't care what is going on in the market. Bitcoin can be raising at the top. I trust the 2-minute EWO strategy so much that if I get that 2-minute second candle and Bitcoin at the top, I know that it's more than likely that this is going to be a profitable trade if I hit everything right and I can get out with a profit. Why is that? Because I trust the strategy. I done did it so many times that I know it's gonna work more often than not, right?
There you go,
So
right there,
whenever
Ralph.
yes, my confidence is up. Listen, I talked about it not too long ago. Bruno just came into the market during Thanksgiving week, right? Low volume week, wasn't nothing going on. I think he did a put. If you would have looked at AMD's chart, you would have been like,
Oh
"There's
my
no way
God, I
you could have
remember
made
that.
money when it was going down."
Oh,
But Bruno done did this so many times. He just woke up, he looked to the left, he saw the signal, boom, he got in it. You know what I'm saying? So
you talking about the day
once
it
you
just
learn,
was blood red the whole day?
yeah, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what day it was. I think he did
That's
something like the
crazy.
opposite. It might have been a call during the put day, but I remember Bruno came in. It was like one day he was like, "Oh, I gotta go catch a flight. I don't have a lot of things. I need somebody else to do the pre-market setup." And then like a couple of like 30 minutes or an hour later, he comes back and be like, "Yeah, I just made a real good." You be like, "Well, how in the hell you did that? The chart doing this?" Well, I saw the signal and I just got in. You know what I mean? I didn't even plan to trade today, right? So whenever you work at a strategy so much, it don't matter what's going on in the market, right? You see the signal, you just take it. And so, but this will never happen if you get up in a trade and you taking a signal, oh, it ain't working. And then somebody show you this other magical indicator. You add that to it. That ain't even part of the strategy now. And you're just gonna use that and think it's gonna make it better. Or if I get this, it's gonna make it easy. Now the strategy ain't work. That's not part of the strategy. That's why. You know, you're mixing
Right.
up too many things. You cluttering everything into your trading that has nothing to do with what you have going on, and it's hurting you more than it's helping you.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what's
Absolutely.
going on. You know what
Mustang
I mean?
Chris says it's like pouring a gallon of milk into a shot glass.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
At
So,
my age,
I
it's not a
like that,
shot
Chris.
glass; it's a thimble.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I like that,
So
Chris.
as
That was
a new
good.
trader, one of the things you need
Right.
to do, and I do this. Again, I'm still a new trader, but I do it all the time. It's just some days I ain't gonna take nothing but EUO trades. You know, like I've been working on scalping, and I know I'm not a good scalper, but I know one thing: if I enter the market on that 2 minute candle, I know that more than less. Like this is gonna work out more times than it's not. So I
Yeah.
just take the trade and keep the stop tight. You know, I don't care what's going on. You know what I mean? News can come out, technicals take the news out. Hey, all that don't matter. Once that news knee jerk reaction get over, you just wait for that to go out, draw up your support and resistance. When the signal come, get in the trade. That's as simple as that. You know.
Absolutely.
So
Agreed.
but you'll never be able to
Yep.
do that if you can't learn the strategy. You ain't put enough time in to even know how to handle yourself with the 2 minute strategy or whatever strategy it is you learning. If you're too busy trying to find all these different magical indicators or something that you hear that's working for somebody else, or you just
But you know
too busy
what?
trying to be in and out, you know?
What's fueling that though, Ralph, is greed. People are trying
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
after the
that's
dollar
it.
instead of narrowing it down to one main process, which is the EWO
Exactly.
strategy. You've already been given it. You don't have to
That's it.
search for it. You don't have to come up with it yourself. Coaches created the EWO strategy. Take advantage of it. You don't have. Look at a lot of these other traders. Yeah, you need an edge. We've been handed the edge on a silver fucking platter. Use it.
Exactly. Yes.
You
Yep.
know. Excuse
Yes.
me.
Oh,
Excuse the
Yep.
F bomb.
that's just it.
Tip
That's just
jar.
the
You're
bottom
pretty
line
funny,
to
man.
it. You know?
No, I agree with
Very
you,
well
Ralph.
said. Very well said, Ralph. Very well
Yes, it
said.
was.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
for me though, I find it very difficult to do EWOs and scalps. It's either an EWO day or it's a scalp day. Because I
That's
find if
it.
I'm scalping, I have to follow that stock minute by minute, right?
Yeah,
Because that's what
you're right.
scalping is, right?
That's what it
Mhm.
is. Yep, you're right.
You don't have time to focus on your EWOs.
You don't.
So either I start the day as an EWO and get into my good EWO and monitor it and then go to a stock and do it, or just stay in the EWO or stay in the scalp. I don't think I can do both.
Okay, so here's what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. It's like make up your mind at the beginning of the day, plan your
Yeah.
trade and trade your plan. It's like make up your like I love what Mark does because it's like okay, today I'm going to do this. And some days you may feel like you want to scalp. Some days you may feel like you want to do the 2 minute EWO. Just know going in, and then that's make that your whole day. That way you're not jumping back and forth and guessing and going in and out of trades. If you're
Right.
focused on the EWO, all you are doing is laser focus. I'm waiting on that second candle that's bigger than the one before, period, all day. I don't care how many call outs happen. Mute it if you have to.
That's
But I'm
exactly.
watching
Yep.
the EWO bars. You know what I mean? Or I'm scalping. Okay, I'm going off the pre-market setup and I'm going to deal with that all day, that level, and just watch the levels. But you got to make up your mind and set your course and follow that course. Otherwise, you'll be all over the place, and that's why you end up losing money. That's how you
Right.
keep your mind right. You got to go in knowing what you're going to do, and it makes you confident. Don't you feel confident when you already know how to do something?
That's
Yeah.
it.
So
That's one
yeah,
of the biggest parts of trading,
Yeah.
right? Is getting your confidence up.
that's it.
Because
You
here's
know,
what I
you see
will-
it all the time. People get on here and get upset. I mean, they get very emotional when somebody brings up something.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you
Mhm.
showing? What are you talking about? Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like, and the moderator, like, no, we're not going there
Ooh.
because that's not part of the overall philosophy of things in here. And
Okay.
there's a reason for it.
Hey.
If you don't if Coach teaches a couple basics, I mean, he teaches you how to trade
Right.
everything, but let's face it, we've got a couple basic strategies that all our trading is found as a
Mhm.
foundation on that we build up from to get to the more complicated things over time as we get more wiser in the ways of day trading. If people don't like that one, don't like that strategy, there's plenty of places you can go, plenty of other indicators that you can learn to trade on your own or through another group. But this is the business model. We're building 2-minute EWOs. If you want to build airplanes, well, then go over there to Boeing. That's where they build airplanes at.
Okay, so
Right.
here-
Yeah,
Two-minute
absolutely right.
EWOs.
here's my Christmas wish, since we're all supposed to wish for something. I want every trading day in the morning to be an EWO, and then let me play scalping in the afternoon. That's what I want.
Who's
Do it.
wishing for something? Is that in the chat? Are we all supposed to wish for something?
No, it's Christmas time.
No.
I just made this up myself. I don't care.
Oh,
Oh, I was about
okay.
to say,
Sounds good.
that,
This is what I want. This is what I want for my Christmas
that-
present. I want every morning to be a 2-minute EWO, and then the last 2 hours of the day could be for scalping. There, that's
Put
what I
your
want.
trading wish in the chat. I love it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
you
it.
can-
Put
you
your
can
trading
plan
wish
that,
in
yeah.
the chat.
It's not
What
a
do you
plan
want out
until
of
you put it
trading?
into writing. Until you put
That's
it in
it.
writing and tell others about it, it's not a
Speak it
goal.
into existence. Write it, speak it, do whatever you need to do to manifest it. But I know writing helps me. So it helps
Mhm.
ingrain
And
it in
telling
here.
and telling others about it.
My
All you gotta
wish
do is tell Ralph. That's the only person you need to tell. He'll hold you accountable.
my wish is
That's
to
right.
trade consistently. You know what I mean? Use the
Yes.
process consistently. The success will be there. I know, because the strategy already works. It's been back tested and
Mhm.
proven a gazillion times. So my thing is to get consistent this year. You guys always joke with me about not remaining consistent or doing what I said. That's to improve that part of my character this year. So that's what I'm gonna do.
And you
As
know
it
what,
pertains to
Don?
trading. What?
What you're saying there is very important. And see, this is the reason why following rules is so important, because most of the time when you trade and you're trying to become consistent and you're learning a strategy, following the rules is very important, right?
Yep.
One morning I was like, one of the right, okay, one of the most deadliest sins, this is a fact, this is not my opinion. One of the most deadliest sins as a day trader is whenever you go into a day trade and then the trade don't work out and you turn it into a swing trade, right?
Oh,
It works out right? It works out,
sometimes.
right? Sometimes it will work. But what's happening there is, and it's gonna go back to your psychology, right? Whenever you do that and it works, I think it works times or not. Well, this trade went against me in the pre-market. I wasn't fast enough to get out. I didn't have a stop loss, right? So I'm gonna just hold on to it. It's a hot stock. What are you doing? You know what I mean, right? And then you come into the regular market, and okay, it finally goes up. But what would have happened if it didn't go up? Now you 28 days later waiting on this thing to come up. That money, if you would have just got what you were supposed to, think about how much money you would have made. You was waiting on this company you don't know nothing about to come back to break even just to get out, or you wait all that time, you get out at break even. As soon as you get out, it takes off and runs up.
Yeah, you got time
Stick to
value
the
of money.
plan.
You got your
Stick
money.
to the
You got your
plan.
money tied up. You can't turn it into something else.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
hard.
There you go.
You know, hoping will
You know
kill
what I'm
you.
saying? Like, I don't get
Opium
it.
is greed
Moving the
disguised.
stop down, right? Well, I put the stop in. Now the trade's starting to get. I'm gonna just give it a little more room, right? You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, like I mean, if your support and resistance ain't tight, the thing gonna come down, and then like we was mentioning earlier, as soon as it go over that critical level, a whole bunch of orders are gonna flow into the market. That's just gonna, or if you just take the stop off, I'm gonna just take my stop off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let this. I'm not about to let this work out. And then as soon as that level come up, boom, a drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
now you stuck talking about I gotta either hold it or put some type of trailing stop on. Just go with the plan. If you go in and you got that, don't move it. You know what I mean? And it's a hard thing to do. I'm talking about all this because I struggle with it myself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not perfect. You
I
know?
think we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
We all got
that's why
something to
you
work
gotta
on.
really. That's one of the first found. That's why every day we start the show off with the rules, right? Because if you can't follow those simple rules, how you gonna have the discipline to do it on your own? Because at the end of the
Right.
day, you're the only one that's controlling it. No matter what coach tell you or teach you, it's up to you to make it right. Like all he can do is show us what to do. Like you control the account or whatever it is. I mean, we can get on there and say what we want to say, but
Yeah, because guess what? At the end of the day, coach is not going to
yeah,
sit there and say, "Here, let me throw you that $500 you just lost. Here you go. Go, let me cash app that to
right,
you." Coach is going to be like,
yeah,
"Oh, damn. Okay, you didn't
mm-hmm.
follow the rules. Damn. You know what it's all he can do is just try to talk you through it, but he's not going to put that money back in your account. So you might as
That's
well
it,
listen to him up front and listen to
right.
what he tells you to do, whether he follows his rules or not. He's the coach, he made them up. Those rules came from years of him trading and making those mistakes. So if he
Right.
were to make those mistakes now, he's fully aware of the risk. He's already a millionaire. He's got money to
That's
play
it.
with to do that. We don't. So we've got to
Exactly.
follow those rules until we get to a point where we've got millions of dollars sitting in our account and we can go ahead and put 5,000 in a trade and play a candle. You know what I mean? But until then, it doesn't make sense. So follow the rules. You know, they're there to help you, not just help you make money, but help you keep the money you got. You
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
know,
Yep. You got to preserve
Exactly.
your capital. You got to
you
preserve
really
your
do.
capital.
You do.
Because you got to remember when you trade, that dollar probably cost you $1.30 or $1.40 to get it. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
most of us, it's after tax money, you know, where we had to
Mm-hmm.
work, you know, and taxes were taken out of it and it's put into account, or it wasn't taxed. So you're going to get taxed. You got to account for that. So it's not just the dollar you're trading. There's an additional cost attached to it. Either
Yeah.
the sweat equity that it took for you to get it,
Right.
or the taxes that you're going to have to pay after you trade it. So
Mm-hmm.
it ain't just a simple dollar. It takes, you know, it may take $1.30 or $1.40 to get that dollar back. If you had to go get a
Absolutely
job,
right.
you know, so
Absolutely right.
it's more valuable than you think it is. Hey, I got to
So
get
you
going.
did.
I was about to say, guys, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
wrap it on up.
Hey,
Thank
this has been another good one.
I think
what
it's been a great one.
Another good
peace.
show. Yeah.
I think it's been amazing. Thank you guys for coming up and hanging out and giving us all the good nuggets. Ralph, you're on fire tonight, baby. A lot of good nuggets. A lot of good nuggets. Thank
A
you.
lot of nuggets. You guys are awesome. Thank you for answering my personal
Yeah.
questions as well. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, yes, yes. Don't forget, if you are not a member of American Dream Trading, the link is right down there in the chat and also in the description of this video for you watching the replay game. Go ahead and get over there and get signed up. Coach has got all kinds of deals. And of course, you want to get the VIP program because that includes all his services, the trading view indicators, the monthly workshop classes, the what am I thinking of? The morning master classes. Okay. Hey, and the hot stock picks. You get it all. Not to mention the pre-market where we've got Mark and Nate in there that are teaching us how to read the L2 and how to trade shares. All
And
right.
Dawn and Ralph and
Yes.
60, 80 other people's in there too.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
yes. And if you think I've earned my keep tonight, please bless the tip jar. We got 2 tips so far, and that's how I supplement my income. So throw a couple dollars in the tip jar for a sister so she can keep the lights on. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful night. Everybody, take what I said today. Go back and rewatch it. Look at those thumbnails embedded in your brain that you got to get your mental down. Okay,
That's
you
it.
got to get that mental portion down and by relying on the strategies that we know, and don't go
That's
rug, and we'll
Rug.
be fine. We'll hit that new year making money.
That's right.
All right. All right.
I'm sorry,
Everybody,
that was a good
nah,
one.
you crazy. You crazy.
Wow.
I don't even know how to get out of here since she changed the layout. Like, what? Oh, it's at top.
Didn't change the layout.
I see it.
It's the
I
same
see it.
thing.
Y'all have a great
No, I'm
night.
saying
You too,
my
Bucket.
leave button usually be in the right corner. It's not. Well, it's at the top.
Everybody have a good night. Peace and blessings.